Episode 203 of the Councilmen is going live shortly as people will be shot. Maybe not, just metaphorical. And Teguh is still not here. Join us for episode 203.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 200th and 203rd episode. Why is it just me now? Yeah, Ariq, that's how you do the intro. Yeah, note that down.
This is a weird setup, hang on.
Yeah, so we got the three of us today. Teguh is still kidnapped right now. Yeah, like I said last episode, it's like taken, but no one is looking for him. Yeah, someone should. Has he reply anything in the group chat actually?
He replied one thing to his birthday, something about I'm immortal, and then he left.
He just promote his company that I have salon.
Oh yeah, he keeps promoting his he keeps promoting his company that is already like a
Free
staple
advertising.
brand in our nation.
In here too, so yeah.
Yeah. What a sellout. Anyway.
Teguh is still Can you still call him being kidnapped if he's an adult? Isn't it adult nap?
Adult nap. Boy
Adult
nap.
nap. Adult nap is just sleeping. I'm taking my adult nap.
Yeah, Teguh is adult napped.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess. Well, what are you going to talk about today, Albert?
Yeah, so as we're still in the middle of March Madness, we will be doing more brackets. And in honor of John Wick Chapter 4 that came out this past Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday for Indonesia, we are doing a bracket of the best movie Hitmen/Assassins. So we'll be doing a bracket judging it based off the character, involving the movies as the scope as well. And we're just going to do a bracket of the most famous. Well, not necessarily the most famous, but like big names, Hitman Assassins that we have seen, that we're familiar with. And yeah, we're mixing it up with Assassins because there is not that many Hitman movies, even more so like many great ones. So we gotta mix in some like Assassins in there, and once we get to the bracket, you'll see who is in the list. But yeah, obviously, as you can probably guess, John Wick is gonna be there. Some other ones that on top of your head, like in the thumbnail, Vincent and I'm blanking on and Jules. Vincent and Jules from Pulp Fiction is gonna be there, and Don Shigur is gonna be there. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, that's our main subject for the day: the Hitman bracket.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, we're going to start off with our usual weekly watchies. Yeah, where we talk about the movies we watched this week. And yeah, you guys can share that too in the comment section. Not in the comment section, in the chat. Yeah. Well, comment section as well, I guess, if you watch it in playback or in the podcast where you can put comments. Yeah. But before that, Albert, why don't you do some plugs first before we put on the music?
So let's find the electric socket and plug it up. No, all right. So you can find a Councilmen Show at Councilmen Show not wherever. Well, it is wherever, in every social media, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. It's Councilmen Show, and you can email us as well as councilmenshow@gmail.com. Like what Kelvin said a couple of weeks ago, send your job applications there. We will not review it. And you can also find the Councilmen wherever you listen to podcasts, on Spotify, Podbean, Castbox. Follow us there, subscribe there, and you can find us watching it live stream 10:30 a.m. Eastern every Saturday, the Councilmen YouTube channel. So make sure you follow us, subscribe to us, and all of there, so you don't miss out on all of our latest updates. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Albert, go ahead and play your little music there.
Are you ready?
Little tunes.
Are you ready to listen to the
Wait, did you update it already? Is
The
it
same one
updated?
as last week.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right, all right.
Still need
Because you
to
said
edit
you're
it a little bit louder, but I can just no, I'll fix it. I'll fix it next week. But anyway, let's
you
get
guys
to it.
turn up the volume a little bit and then turn it down after the music.
Yeah, there, professionalism. All right, let's get to it. Are you ready for the weekly council segment? Weekly watches. We've been watching TVs, movies, rating 1 to 5, maybe crying, could be boring, or laughing in theaters or at home. Cause it's time to share everything that we watched this week. It is time for our show's weekly watches.
Oh yeah, weekly watchies. All right. So yeah, let's do that right now. Who wants to start first? I guess let's just start off with John Wick, right? The
In
biggest movie that come out this week. I haven't watched it yet, so it'll just be Ariq and Albert. But this will be a non-spoiler version of it,
Mhm.
and yeah. So yeah, go ahead, do a non-spoiler John Wick Chapter 4 review. Yeah.
was the go first BLR. Actually, I like let's Albert
Go.
go first so
No,
that I can just
you
add
go
on.
ahead.
Oh,
No,
I
no, no, you
might
go.
not know what to add. Okay, you know what? I'll go ahead. And Albert will just add in a lot of other things that I forget. All right, so on spoiler, this film is very long. Is one thing I should mention. You know what? I keep mentioning like it's long before to Kelvin. That's mainly because I think my friend he said like, oh, we could watch John Wick. It's only 1.5 hours. He
What?
forgot the other 1.5 hours after it.
Why? How did? Wait,
What?
where did that
Where
thought
where did
process
he get
come
the
from?
number?
I think he saw the time wrong. He just saw like it ends at like it starts at like say 1 and then ends at like something 30 and he thought okay 1 hour 30 minutes. I think he misread. I think he misread the timing. But
Oh,
anyways, yeah. So that's why like oh only 1.5 hours. Okay, not that long of a film. No, it's it's three. But anyways, but yeah. But this film, again, it's amazing. Is it the best John Wick film? You know what? I should have rewatched the previous ones just so I could, what is it, properly like rated it. But I think according to the YouTuber that you guys know, Penguin Zero Moist Critical, or
I'm
however
just
you name him,
critical.
yeah, he gave it a 95% on his moist meter. So I'm like, and then I'm somewhat in an agreement with him. Like it is a banger of a film. It's honestly the whole thing is kind of like it's like John Wick 1, 2, and 3 like just mashed up into one. Like everything you've seen from the previous films, they've put it in and added more stuff on top of it. So it's like a big finale, like the end game of John Wick kind of deal, you know, where they just have all the cool shit. So yeah, that was it was epic. So even though it was like 3 hours and I did feel the runtime a bit, I was mostly enjoyed by it anyway. So you know what? Yeah, very great film. Gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, again, it only lost because I felt a bit of the runtime. It lost 0.5 because of that. Otherwise, it would have been perfect.
All right, all right,
Yeah.
okay. How about Albert? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Arik said. The runtime is long. I didn't feel it though, weirdly enough. I felt like it goes along quite well, especially because there's a lot going on and the action sequence goes long. It's a lot. There's lots of long action sequence and they are great. I also, similar like Arik, probably should have watched the other John Wick films because it's been a while. I haven't seen them since 3 came out, which was 2019, I believe.
Mm.
So I haven't seen. I watched all of them then, but I haven't seen them since. So I still have a memory of what happened. So going into the film, I know what happened. This is a continuation of the third one, where John Wick is like sort of excommunicado, and he wants a way out. That's basically the plot of this movie. He's trying to find a way out. So I still remember that much, so I can still enjoy it. Like I'm not completely lost. But also, I think at the same time, if you haven't seen the movie, I think if you haven't seen the first three films, obviously I highly recommend you check it out because it will help the experience. But I think you can go into this one and still enjoy it just for the action. I don't
Actually,
know.
can I add on that a bit?
Go ahead.
I actually did what is it went on another date again and I brought her to watch this film.
Huh?
But she hasn't seen 1, 2, and 3 yet, but you know what, she wasn't entirely confused of the whole premise of it. There was like apart from some minor details here and there. So I guess you can actually so if you haven't watched the previous films, you can get into this one. But the problem is if you start watching back 1, 2, and 3, like I said, they might be a bit underwhelming compared to the fourth one.
You think? Oh wait, you saying 1, 2, and 3 is underwhelming? They're less good than the fourth one.
I mean, in terms of action sequences, like you've already seen the big thing in
Yeah.
like John Wick 4, the whole entirety of it. That if you go back to the previous one, it'll feel like oh look, standard action stuff.
That's fair. I, based on my memory, I still think there are some action sequence that I love in John Wick 3 because I remember a sequence with horses and dogs, and I was
Mhm.
like, that is awesome. Plus Boban Marjanovic, John Wick 3, so that's good enough. And two Indonesian actors, so I'm biased with that. Uh, uh, but I mean, the action sequence in here is also great. Like I said, I think you can still enjoy it because of the action sequence, and there are so many variety because we know the cast. So this is not really spoiler, but we know the cast, and there is like Donnie Yen, who literally does like his own style of martial arts. We got Hiroyuki Sanada, who does his own like samurai stuff, right? Also, Rina Sawayama is here, the singer Rina Sawayama, which by the way, I've been obsessed with her recently. So when she was appearing in the film, like I didn't know she had that in her. She was really good in it in the action sequence. She's so badass. Um, so yeah, I thought she was great. So I was excited for that. And like so many different styles of action as well with the John Wick, like the gun, whatever fighting style that he does. So there's a variety of action sequence. There is a particular action sequence which I'm just gonna say that it was a top-down shot of something, and it is incredible. Ariq knows what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't want to
It's
spoil it because it's too cool for
It's
Kelvin
so
to get
cool.
spoiled by this.
Yeah.
I'd rather he just see it.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah,
spoil me
I'd
like-
rather you
like
just see
Teguh
it. I'm not,
spoil me, James Bond.
no.
Yeah.
I'd rather you just see the sequence rather than like
but
describing it.
that sequence is great. But anyway, the action is great on its own, and I think the story, again, based on my memory of the second and third one, and the first one to that, I think the story is probably the best in this one since the first one, because you get to learn more about the characters, and there is a good payoff at the end, in which I think and particularly the third one, it builds up a lot. But in my opinion, the third one didn't have a really good payoff because it ends on a cliffhanger, which continues in this one. And I think this one takes where the third one was and have a payoff, which I think that's why the story is a little bit better. But yeah, I enjoy it as a whole. Really great action sequence, fun time. I mean, really, if you're watching John Wick, you're watching it for the action, and I think the action is great. There is so many stuff, car chase, whatever, everything. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, highly recommend it if you are on the edge of like, oh, should I watch it? Should I not? I say just go check
So
it
this
out.
time, this John Wick Chapter 4 got great action and story. Is that what you're saying? This
Yeah,
time?
better story, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I give it.
Honestly, I've never been really a fan of John Wick's action. I get it; it's really
Yep.
cool, but I've never
The
been a
story-
fan of the story. That's why
Yeah, no,
I
it
just
makes sense.
I'm never I'm not invested in John Wick at all. That's the thing.
Yeah, no, because like the
Yeah.
story was literally like you killed my dog, I kill everyone. That is literally.
I
what it
legit
was to
thought that
begin
was a
with.
joke at first until I watched the movie. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
right. yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes sense if people are not into it because the story is a bit lacking. Because honestly, it was lacking the story.
Oh, I guess they picked it up, yeah, in the final one
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and again, I think that was also one of the simplicity of the previous films, where you can go in anywhere and the story is lacking, you can just join in. Which
Yeah.
is why this one sort of, I think it's highly recommended that if you can watch it, watch the other first. But if not, you still can go in. I think the most confusing part is probably they expand a little bit more on the continental stuff in this one than in the previous one. Again, based on my memory, so I might be very wrong. But they do expand a little bit more on the continental, which is their hotel and like the sort of like the government like control of the hitman under whatever it is.
Yeah, to be
community.
honest, if you haven't watched the first like 3 films, you'll just miss like world building, which John Wick actually has, and it's quite interesting in some way.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah,
Alright.
just like the whole like underground world and everything.
Guess I never really pay attention to it.
No, it might be confusing for some people because like they get people, you see them clearly get shot in like the chest or the shoulder, whatever, but they don't seem to flinch. That's because like some people may not realize that the suits are bulletproof, and they made that clear since like
Yeah,
the second or third film.
that is actually one thing that it doesn't really bother me because they explained it, but it's one thing that I sort of and I it's not tired of it, but it's like John Wick gets shot so many times, like he got hit so many times. At some point, in your brain, you'll probably like, how is this guy still walking? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like I'm not
At
kidding you.
some point, the bulletproof thing will fail.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right? In my head,
bulletproof armor wears off. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly. But like, especially after third film, like how many films in a row he's like
Does
still
he not
going
change
on.
suit?
He changed suit, but like I mean, like he's still living. He's still fighting on to. He's
That's
like
true.
surviving, which is like it's insane to think about. Like it's sort of it just feels like he's immortal, so it sort of takes away from it a little bit of like, oh, he's gonna be fine, kind of thing. Um, but literally, I swear to God, and no joke, he fell off a building. He jumped off balconies. He got hit by a car so many times in this film, and he's still walking. I don't even know how. He would have regular bulletproof vest doesn't protect you from broken bones.
Albert, not to mention not like the near the end of the film where he like I don't want to spoil it, but it was funny.
Oh,
He-
yeah.
it's kind of funny what happened to him. I don't
There
wanna
is a
spoil that.
sequence with a staircase.
It has something to do with staircase.
Did he did
Any
the
regular
Joker
any
dance?
any
No,
regular
that's-
any regular person would have not only like probably had a concussion, maybe torn their Achilles and broken some bones. And he's like,
Whoa.
oh, let's get up those stairs again.
It's actually funny.
I don't
That
know
part
what
of the
this
film
guy's
is
made
too-
of.
Yeah, that part of the film
Oh,
is
yeah.
like too wacky. I don't understand.
Too wacky.
There is
You'll
a
understand.
sense of disbelief at some point that you sort
You
of
got-
have to like take away
Yeah,
from it.
yeah.
He doesn't have plot armor. He just a plot suit.
It is. Yeah, that is what he's wearing. Yeah, it's a plot suit.
Plot suit.
By the way, shout out to the stunt team in this team because yeah, they're incredible. I think stunt work is still not appreciated enough. I think in Hollywood, the stunt team is like just incredible in this whole film. Yeah, hopefully one day the Oscars will acknowledge like stunts because it's a big part of it. And like I feel like if it's not acknowledged, people are gonna be
It's-
less and less interested
Actually,
in it.
now that you mentioned, yeah, are stunts like never a part of Oscars?
I
or
think
is
they
it,
have
like, a
their
part of
own
the-
award, if I'm not wrong.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They have
Yeah.
they have like their own guild. I think the
Yeah.
stuntman guild. But yeah, they don't have their own category for Oscars. And a lot of people in Hollywood, including like critics, including people in the industry themselves, have sort of like outspoken. We need an award for like the best stunts because that is a big part of film, and we need to appreciate the people who does
Yeah,
it.
and
But
and
yeah,
people get hurt in it too as well. So,
exactly.
Just-
So yeah, hopefully get acknowledged one day because I feel like if it doesn't get acknowledged, eventually the interest in it is gonna be like, okay, why should I even bother going into stunts if there's gonna be like no one's gonna appreciate it, and like there will be like lackluster stunts in the future. So
Mm.
I feel like
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
one day
yeah.
it gets acknowledged. So yeah.
Alright.
Uh,
How about this? Katie Lynch asks thoughts on her song in the credit.
I
Oh,
may
what
have
song
missed
is
it.
Hina
Oh,
Sawayama
did you just
song.
walk out, Ariq?
I did. It's not
Did
the
you-
Marvel film.
Did you miss the post credit scene?
There's a post-credit scene.
It's a post
Tolong.
I was about.
first.
Here's the thing. I was about to leave. I want to listen to the song first. So I was like, okay, let's chill out. I want to listen to the song. Also, because I was looking forward to the credits because because there was someone in the film which I was like, I know that face. I couldn't figure out who it is, and I was like, "Oh, that's Natalia Tena from Game of Thrones and Harry Potter." I was like, "Okay, of course, that's her." So I didn't realize, but yeah, I was looking forward to the credits. I wanted to hear the song, and then as it was done, I was about to leave, but I was looking around. There were still so many people in the theater, so I was like, "Huh, is that a post-credit scene? Might as well just sit down and wait." And then there's a post-credit scene. So yeah, that's how I found out. I didn't even Google it.
Hey
Uh,
man, it's not a Marvel film, man.
but yeah, thoughts on her song, "An Eye for an Eye." It's good. I like it. It's not my favorite song of hers, but it's still pretty good. I think it fits. I think it fits with the John Wick theme, with the horror vibe, and I think yeah, her whole music just fits with that world. Are you guys familiar with her work?
Who?
Oh,
Rina Sawayama, Japanese
Nope.
singer.
Nope.
I'm surprised. I thought she's big in Japan. I guess not. I thought maybe
Yeah.
Teguh knows her. I don't know.
Maybe Teguh. I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah, she's a Japanese singer. She sings in English. She's not the biggest. She's sort of still indie, but she's good. Um, this is one of the reasons why I got into her was she had a particular song called "Bad Friend," and in the lyrics of the song, she was literally saying, "We sang our hearts out in the summer of 2012 to Carly." And when I listened to that, I was like, hold on, let me rewind that. Did she just said summer of 2012 to Carly? This is Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. She made a reference to Call Me Maybe in her song. All right, I love her. So then I got into her. So yeah, there you go. It's a quick story time. But yeah, overall, 4.5 out of 4.5, 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, same as Ariq.
All right. 4.5 for John Wick Chapter 4. So yeah, go watch it, guys, if you haven't. Uh, I don't know. It's 3 hours long. I can't be bothered to go watch it.
Fair. It is
Yeah.
good though. So
All right. Uh, I guess yeah. So that's John Wick. Are you guys going to do the spoiler review later on?
I don't know if there is much to add on it, to be honest, unless Ariq.
I mean,
I
you
don't know.
can just
Personally, I don't think
talk
it's.
the. I guess you can just talk about the action sequence you like in more detail in those spoiler review
Yeah, in
later
those
on.
ones, yeah, but I'd rather just
Yeah.
like talk with that with friends, you know. Just
Yeah,
rather
but
you just
yeah,
wait for it.
isn't Albert your friend, Rick?
Ouch!
Oh,
Ouch!
oh, you know what? You know what?
Or
No,
is he
no,
just a colleague to you?
you know what? No, he is more of a colleague. He used to bully me back in grade 5. I'm not letting that down.
Hey
Oh,
man, you gotta let it go.
I'm not letting that go. God damn it. Alright.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see
Later
what
on
happens
if
there.
Albert and Arik is going to make a spoiler review or not on it.
hmm
Yeah. All right. Okay. Wait. Phantom Movies was saying Avatar: The Way of Water is longer. Yeah, but I'm very invested in that world. In John Wick, like I said before, I'm not invested in the world or the story.
Yeah.
That's the difference for me. Yeah.
fair.
All right. I guess I'll go to me, I suppose. Basically, watch the movies, the Hitman movies that we're going to talk about.
Did you watch shit ones or
In
good
a
ones?
bracket. I watched two great ones and not great, good, and two uh, no, actually I only watched one bad ones actually, which is the one I'm going to talk about.
All right, let's hear it.
Hitman Agent 47. Boy, that movie is bad. You watched this too, right, Albert? I think.
Yes, that's the 2015 one, right? No, that's the
Yeah.
original. Wait, no, yeah, that's the
No, that's
2015 one.
2015.
2015,
2015.
Yeah,
not the
it's
2007.
well, either both of them are shit. So
I'm just gonna go full spoiler on this. All right. So the
yeah,
the funny there's a sequence that makes me laugh. It's like also I like the character's name.
what Agent 47?
Katia Von Dees. You
Oh,
know, Rick. It's such a great setup. It's such a
Katia
great
for
setup.
these. What? These.
These. I want to say it so bad. It's such a great setup for that joke, you know.
Katia for these.
But yeah, there's a scene when like Katya was like or was like supposed to go through an airport undetected kind of thing, you know, and then like the thing is, she's like trying to avoid all the cameras and stuff, and then like the movie gives her like a montage, right? It's like, oh, she's gonna do this, oh, she's gonna hide here, and then like, oh, she's gonna press this button to make the camera go look that way, and then at the end, she did all that just to be accidentally caught by the last camera outside the building.
Also, first of all, that montage is so damn stupid, and I hate the way it's I hate how it was edited as well. Um, so yeah, not that sequence is awful.
It's awful, man. It's awful. That whole part I just find funny. Like, you show all that just for it to be like freaking irrelevant to her skills at avoiding cameras.
So cringy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's dumb. And then like the final part, I guess, the final action sequence is like, oh yeah, they get up there to the helipad, right? All right, right. They got a handgun, right? So that's like limited bullet, right? I thought Hitman, they're supposed to be, somewhat efficient. They walk out of the elevator. Wait,
Mhm.
I got a cough. Yeah, they they walk out of the elevator. No one notices yet, and then like, so they can do like a quick point blank headshot to the head, right? Both of them. Yeah. And then guess what they did? All right,
What?
shot them on the kneecaps twice, and then shot them on the head, and then they do it in like was it in like a choreograph kind of thing? So like Hitman shoot the guy on his side, and then like after that they did an axe with Katia to shoot the other kneecaps, and then they shot the head. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, that whole final sequence on the rooftop is goofy AF. And then like
Yeah.
the ending shot, it's like out of the elevator. Oh my god, it's 48. And then like he says
Oh
like
yeah,
the
the
and
Agent
then like-
48. It's so
yeah,
dumb.
and then like he said something like the Diana sends his regards or something, and I'm like, who the hell is Diana?
I did they say Diana?
They did say Diana. Yeah. I was really confused. Who the hell is Diana? I don't remember a single Diana in this whole movie.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia, Diana is the handler of Agent 47. She's the Asian lady.
Is this the mom of
Um,
Von D's?
No, her name is just
Oh.
Diana. She's the she's
Who the
the
hell is she?
she's the handler. She's the handler in Singapore.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know.
she's like the phone person.
Oh, the phone person. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. So yeah, that's that.
Also,
eh,
the mid credit scene is even dumber.
Wait, there's a mid credit scene.
You know what? At this point, we should just stick around throughout the whole thing. There's a mid credit scene and everything. Yeah, in the mid credit scene, Kelvin, Zachary Quinto's character, John Smith, is alive.
Oh, he's alive.
And he's like,
That's the
blue.
guy
He's
with-
like blue as hell. His face is like suddenly blue. I don't know because he got electrocuted or whatever, and now he's blue. I don't know. Like he
so
lost.
blue.
I don't know, dude. He's becoming Blue Smith.
They're setting up for a sequel.
Oh my
so
god, he is
hard, and
becoming
then-
Blue Smith. His name is John Smith.
Blue John.
That's that's the guy that's bulletproof, right, or something.
I I think so. I'm not sure, dude. This film doesn't make sense. This film doesn't make sense to me, and it gave the way how it's edited gave me a literal headache. So
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
it's so disgusting. Yeah.
To be fair, when watching this, I wasn't focused on it. I was watching it while packing, so I might miss some stuff.
Fair. I don't
But yeah.
blame you at all.
Yeah, like I watched the first like 15 minutes, like actually watching, and I'm like, this is BS. Yeah. All right, Albert. Question from North to the Man: is the old one better, or are they equally bad?
I don't even know. They're awful. I think the action might be better in this one.
Hmm.
but that's not saying much. And in terms of story, oh god, they're blending in together right now in my head. But I don't know. Well, definitely the actor who plays Hitman in the original one was Timothy Oliphant, and he performed better as the character. But again, they're both equally trash. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna rank this one lower simply for the fact that I got a headache watching this.
All right,
So
all right, all right.
yeah, I both gave them the same amount of star rating on Letterbox because I couldn't figure out which one I
Well, how
hate
much you
more.
give? How much you give? Both then.
I gave them both 2.5, I believe.
2.5. Whoa, that's still pretty high.
Or did I give it one? Did I give it 1.5? Let's see. Let me double check. I gave it two. I gave it two.
I give it 2. All right, I give it 1.5.
And my review for Hitman Agent 47 is just 2 words. Good lord. So yeah.
You do need to find the Lord when watching that.
I thought you're just gonna write, oh yeah, he did hit men.
I wrote that. I wrote that for the.
He did hit men.
That is what I wrote on the first Hitman movie. I was like, hit it indeed, hit a man. So
He did hit the man.
that's what I wrote for
Five out of
Hitman
five.
2007. 2 stars as well. So yeah.
If any of y'all watch this Hitman movies and then they're like, oh, it's it's a video game thing, right? I guarantee you, the
Yeah.
video game Hitman is so much better than whatever they show in here.
I'm not sold at all by how.
I can't blame you.
I've played
I wouldn't
Hitman
know.
a bit. It is it is nothing like like is shown in the film. So
Yeah, no. All right, yeah. So yeah, that's Hitman Agent 47. It's bad. All right.
Have Arik seen this? I'm guessing not.
I have, but it's been quite a long time, and I've forgotten mostly about it.
Did you like it
Again,
last time?
no, no. God, God no.
All right. Yeah. All right.
To
I guess
answer Mr. Blue Ball's question, why did you pick these 2 films as part of the bracket if you know it's bad? Do you know how many
Wait.
Hitman's films are there in Hollywood? Not a lot. We don't
Not
have a lot
lot.
of
We have-
options.
We had to take something. Yeah.
this is all because we're out of options. All right.
We need at least like 16 in the bracket because 8 brackets too small, and we wanna do it like multiples of 4, right? Because it's like how brackets work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so we don't have a lot of options.
Tell Hollywood to make better Hitman movies. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So. Who? I guess.
Ah.
Albert next. And we
All
go
right.
to Ariq.
Let's take a detour from the Hitmans. I want to talk about Sideways. No pun intended there with the detour. Sideways, whatever. But this is a film about wine tasting.
I would
That's
have not guessed
boring.
that from the title.
Huh?
From the title, I would have not guessed that. I thought it was about
And-
cars and racing.
and it's about wine tasting, about people whining, and about things going
Amazing.
things going sideways and not going according to plan.
Okay.
So it's
Did
basically
they test beers instead of wine?
Oh no! Truly has gone sideways.
no. It's wine. It's all. I'm pretty
Truly
sure
has
it's all
gone
wine.
sideways.
But it's about 2 friends. One of them is played by Paul Giamatti, and the other one is played by Thomas Hayden Church. You probably know Thomas Hayden Church from Spider-Man 3 as Sandman, or Spider-Man No Way Home as Sandman.
Oh,
Paul
I was thinking of the I don't like sand dude. What's his name? Is it Hayden
that's-
something as well?
Hayden
That's
Christensen.
Hayden
Oh, okay.
Christensen.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, that
Alright,
just reminds me of a joke that I don't even remember where the joke is from, but it was like I thought someone mentioned it, like I thought Thomas Hayden Church was good in this film. I was like, I don't know, he wasn't great in Star Wars.
Oh, someone confused the Haydens.
I know. I think the person was like, I like Thomas Hayden Christensen. So
Oh.
so yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So Thomas Hayden Church is in that one. He's also in Easy A and George of the Jungle. Paul Giamatti, who you might know from Lady in the Water. From he had a small role in Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Rhino. yeah, but basically they're these two friends. They decided, hey, Thomas Hayden Church is getting married, so they decided to go for one last like trip, sort of not really bachelor's party, but sort of like, all right, let's have fun for one more night before I get married. Let's go wine tasting to the Napa Valley in California. Let's just have a whole week off, have fun, drink wine, and then like maybe we might find some women. Don't tell my wife. This is my last chance to be a single man. So Thomas Hayden Church is like not the greatest guy, in terms of like character, because of his characteristics like that. Then Paul Giamatti have like sort of this guilt complex of like, I don't feel right. You're getting married. You shouldn't be doing this. But also is very depressed with his life. Nothing is going right. He had a divorce. He's a writer and his book is not getting picked up. So it's like he's very upset with his life. He's very unhappy. And all he have going on is just like his love for wine. And then meanwhile, he wants to have fun with his friend. But his friend is more interested in trying to get women in his last like week while he's being single. So like things go sideways, things goes chaos. They find romance, they don't find romance. So it's a lot of stuff go basically haywire. But it's a very nice like drama comedy at the same time. Great performances from Paul Giamatti. Sandra Oh is also in there. Virginia Madsen. So yeah, it's a great performance all around. Great script. And I think it's an enjoyable time. It's like a comedy drama of these two friends going on this trip. So yeah, I do enjoy it. And as someone who's trying to learn more about wine, I enjoy the conversation that they have about Pinot Noir and why Merlot is bad. Because Paul Giamatti is like he hates Merlot. There's literally a scene where it's like, I am not having fucking Merlot. If we're having Merlot, I'm leaving. So yes, you have a passion of hating Merlot. But yeah, it's a good time. So I recommend it if you have not seen it. Directed by Alexander Payne, who directed like Election, and The Descendants, and also the shitty film Downsizing. But that's like one bad egg in a group of good eggs. So yeah.
What a way to describe it.
What?
One bad egg in a group of good eggs. Okay.
It is true. Downsizing is awful, but the other films I've seen from him is like great. So yeah.
It's one bad apple. Anyways, whatever.
Oh, is it
Okay.
bad apple? Is the phrase apple?
Yes, not
Then
eggs.
why maybe there is a phrase with bad eggs. Maybe I'm sure that doesn't exist.
Oh, now it does. You can take it from the councilman.
And anyway, but yeah, sideways. That is 4.5 stars.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like a good dramedy. Like it's not pure comedy, not pure drama. Good balance of it. I like those.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I guess so. Oh, I forgot to I keep forgetting to change the thing. Let me
Oh,
just
you're
do it
good.
for a second.
Sideways, sideways, 2004. There you go.
Oh, isn't that the
2004.
I saw when in the movie databasing there's like the 2009 one or something.
I think that's a
Is that the
different
same
film. It's a different film that just happened to be called Sideways. I don't know what that one
Sure.
is.
I'll just flash this for a second. Sideways 2004. Yep.
There you go.
Fun fact. Sideways is a character is a DC comic character that they tried to replicate Spider-Man personality wise. I don't think it goes anywhere though.
Yeah.
The DC character named Sideways. Okay.
By the way,
Yeah.
Kelvin, yeah, you're right. It is a remake. I just found this out. The 2009 film. I think I'm not sure if this is Korean or Chinese, or maybe
Korean
Japanese,
remake.
or
Oh,
maybe
that's
Japanese, or maybe Japanese.
interesting.
The actor sounds Japanese, so maybe I think it's Japanese.
What's the name?
But it is the actors.
Yeah.
Fumio Kohinata, Katsuhisa Namase, Rinko Kikuchi, Kyoka Suzuki. Yeah, that's Japanese.
Yeah, that's Japanese.
They're Japanese, yeah.
So it's
Did
a
you
Japanese.
figure out it's Japanese when you read Suzuki, Albert?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, it's apparently a 2009 remake of this 2004 film. But yeah, interesting. I didn't know that. Cool.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But apparently it's not very good, the remake. So don't watch the remake. Watch the original.
All right. I guess now we'll go to Arik with his movie. So what
Right.
did you watch? What's the other movie you
Kelvin,
watch, Arik?
I already told Kelvin this.
Yep.
Yeah, he does. I watched. Well, for some context, I was doing my like final project with a group of friends of mine, and after we're done, we watched an Indonesian horror film that is on Netflix.
Impetigore.
Uh, no, I already
Oh.
That's
watched
not
that.
all Arik watch, man.
I
That's
already
what.
watched that on release on the premiere. But
That's
anyways,
all. That's all Indonesian horror films I know.
okay. Well, anyways, it's called the Indonesian title is called Keramat Dua, but the English title is called Sacred 2. Apparently, I don't know if it's on Albert's Netflix though. That's the
I
thing.
can.
Because
I'll check right now.
I think it's a Netflix like Indonesian original, so it might be on there. But
Shit.
because it is an Indonesian film, it might not be on there. But so this film is a mockumentary. So it's kind of like Blair
Oh.
Witch Project, like the way it's filmed. I forget what it's called. Found
Uh,
footage.
Found footage. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, like found footage, like usually most people just end up dead in the end. That this didn't happen. Everyone was fine. And it follows like a group of. It's a bit confusing. I think I watched it somewhere like around a quarter of the way, and yeah, a quarter of the way through, so I missed like character introductions. So it's like, I think like a group of uni students, like some of them were trying to do like this research about traditional Indonesian dancing or whatever, and then there's like these group of like paranormal YouTubers, one that does like vlogs and shit. Yeah. Um. So overall, the film was at least mildly interesting because it's like partly, like mystery. It's like they went through these things here and there. I think they also like visited like real life haunted locations. I forgot there's like this famous haunted hospital somewhere in Cirebon. Like they went
Oh.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah. The I like that the scares, most of it didn't really use like typical like jump scares. Like some of them were actually like build up, so it was quite
Oh.
nice. It was
Quality scares.
quality, and also I don't know why, but this like actually intrigues me most. I like the use of language. It's like they don't speak like overly formal like most films do, and this is like just any films
Hmm.
in any language. Like they genuinely talk like real students. Like Kel, like they would say something like "Woi, bacot lu anjing," like
Whoa.
to each other when they're like insulting. Like that's something you hear in real life. That's something you hear our friends would say to each other.
Yep.
So like I like the use of language there just feels like very natural. And I like how in spirit of like southern Jakartans people, like they would
Southern
like
Jakartans.
they would say things in English but only like a phrase or so, like what the fuck. Like they would actually use English occasionally with their slightly Indonesian accents. But yeah, the overall actually this film was mildly entertaining, but it felt very short. I think like the climactic part of the film only lasted about what 20 minutes ish.
Oh.
Um yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
apparently the film apparently like ties in almost directly with the first film, but the first film was made in 2009, I think. This film was made in 2022, the second one.
It
Oh,
got
The first one
that's a
was
long
inspired.
time.
It got inspired by Avatar. Clearly,
Oh, are you
2009,
telling me that
2022
Sacred has the same
fan
production
base
value and
and
fan
fan
base as
base.
Avatar?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Look at that world building, Arik, in Sacred.
It's Sacred. But I like it's cool. They even went to like this weird like spiritual pocket dimension or something. It's hard to explain, but
Whoa.
well, the point is like no, honestly it's a kind of impressive, uh, kind of low budget film. I'd give it like an overall 3.5 out of 5. Yeah,
3.5 out of 5. Ooh, all right. That's a good score.
maybe I
Okay.
should watch.
Fred,
Yeah, maybe I should watch the first one.
Fred the movie's asking here in the live chat where he's saying he needs to watch more Indonesian horror movies because he keep hearing good stuff about it. To be fair, Indonesian movies, all right, it's either two things, all right. They either make a romance or a horror.
We're learning to
Yeah,
do other stuff. Still,
They're
still
learning
doing.
to do other stuff.
There
Lose
are
the
like
what
weight and
little,
missing home,
little
but
hidden
mostly.
gems
yeah.
here and there.
And when we try to make like an action film, it's always just a copy paste of the raid.
That's true.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, nowadays,
Nowadays.
yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're trying to do other stuff, but
but
90% of
it's
it is horror and
90% is
romance.
It's
rom com and
also
romance, and no, rom
Yeah,
com and
and
horror. I mean, yeah,
yep.
it's also because budgetary reasons. I think horror is like the cheapest to do, right? It's easiest to do,
yeah,
Yeah,
so
and
it
that's
is.
why
yeah,
It's cheap. It's cheap.
that's why
it's
people keep
cheap.
on
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's
so
asking, any recommendations on what to start with? Would you recommend Secret? Rick?
Secret I actually would recommend. Should you watch the first one first? I think you'd understand the story of the second one without needing to know. It's more like apa, like if you watch the first one, you'll understand references in the second one, not like the whole story. I think
Mm.
yes, you can watch Sacred one or two, whichever you like. Go ahead.
By the way,
The one that Albert
none
mentioned
of
earlier, Impetagore, was pretty good as well. Yeah, what is it, Albert?
I was about to
The
say,
one that I quite like is the KKN in
Oh,
the
KKN, yeah, you mentioned it.
is
Desa
that
Penari,
the dancing one?
the dancing village thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then I heard, um, I need to look up the English title. Like,
Yeah. I was about to say Keramat is not available on Netflix, so it's not in
ooh,
American Netflix at least.
Oh,
If you
it's
have
not on
VPN,
American
you
Netflix.
can
Okay.
VPN to Indonesian Netflix. Although with the Netflix new thingy with the new policy, it might be difficult. I don't know the locations
Yeah.
thing. Um,
oh, I was gonna
okay.
say, the Danur series. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I heard good things about it. The Danur stuff.
Oh, done. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
watched these ones. Yeah.
and I haven't watched the second one, but this one is pretty good. The English title is May the Devil Take You To, not two like number two, like TOO, you know.
TOO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Well, what did they make the sequel? Yeah, they could have just changed the two into the number two, but they changed it to May the Devil Take You.
All right.
Missed
Here
opportunity.
is this is a I'm opening this on Letterbox, and I am sorting the most popular Indonesian horror movies on Letterbox. Okay, and I want to know if you have seen it and if it's good or not. Okay, Calvin and Ariq,
Okay.
because I don't watch a lot of them.
I don't watch a lot of them either.
VHS 94.
Yeah,
That's a
I've heard of it, but
collaboration
I
kind
haven't
of
seen
thing.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With like other
Other
director,
countries. Oh, okay.
yeah, not from other countries. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good.
All the VHS stuff. I think Joe watched it. He likes all of them so far, to what I
Okay.
know. So yeah.
Okay. Impetagore.
Yeah, I've watched it. I
That
watched
is
the
good.
premiere. It's good.
That's good. Satan's Slaves.
That's Pangabdi Septan.
Pengabdi
Yeah, I
Septan, yeah.
thought.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good. I heard. Yeah,
it's
people like it.
yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say as good as Impeticore, but it's decent.
How about the sequel, Pengabdi Setan 2, Communion?
Almost almost as good as the first one, but not as good necessarily.
Okay. May the Devil Take You. You mentioned that earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
What
It's
is it?
good. Pretty
KKN. You
good.
mentioned that. The
Yeah,
Queen of
mentioned
Black
both of them.
Magic. The Queen of Black Magic. Ratu Ilmu
I've-
Hitam.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
I
not
never
watched
heard of
that.
that.
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay. Macabre. Rumah Dara.
I think
What's
I've
the
seen this.
title?
Hang on.
Rumah Darah?
Rumah
Macabre.
Dara.
Is that a
Macabre.
2009
Oh,
film?
2009 film, yeah.
Okay, no, I haven't watched this. I've heard of it. Yeah, Macabre.
I heard it's
Yeah,
good.
those are like the
A lot
top
of this
rated
is
ones.
that we haven't watched it, but we heard it's good.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, of course, it has the. It has that girl. Okay. Oh wait, and that guy.
Famous actress.
You remember in Raid 2 there was like a blind girl
Oh,
using hammers.
Julia
Yeah,
Estelle.
Julie Estelle is in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. But yeah, I guess those are some of the recommendations. The Satan Slaves and Pettigore, KKM.
May the Devil
Right.
Take You.
Right.
KKN.
So the viewers keep this for I don't know if we ever have like an August episode near the 17th.
If we ever do like an Independence episode,
Yeah.
which is on August 17th.
I don't know, like
Maybe.
in Indonesian Pride Week, we watch
Yeah.
Indonesian films or something.
We watch Indonesian films and we do the whole show in Indonesian.
Halo semuanya, selamat datang.
August 17 this year takes place on a Thursday, so you know.
Well, it's close
The
enough.
following,
It's
Close
the
enough,
Independence
following
yeah.
week. Yeah, the
Close
following week
enough,
we'll
Week.
just
close
Independence
enough.
Week, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Independence Week.
Independence Week.
Here's the thing. I'll tell from the start, when you watch these horror films, don't get your expectations too high. All right. Like they're good, but they're not like
Amazing.
Hereditary
Good.
level or like Midsommar
Yeah.
level kind of thing, right? Just
They're basic
taper the
horror films.
expectation.
They're honestly basic horror films, but they're enjoyable to watch. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. It's more enjoyable. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Um. Okay, so yeah,
That it.
that's some Indonesian horror
Yeah.
recommendations. All right.
Let's just strange away from our current topic. Hitman.
All right, going back to Hitman stuff.
Okay,
Uh,
good.
I watched that Tom Cruise movie Collateral. The only reason I want to bring this up is I don't know. I find it funny, like that Jamie Foxx played two character named Max. In Amazing
Oh,
Spider-Man
yeah,
and
Amazing
in
Spider-Man and
and in Collateral. I'm just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like that Doofenshmirtz thing. It'll be funny. I'll have like two nickels or something. Yeah. For every time Jamie Foxx is called Max, a character called Max. Yeah. Collateral it's pretty fun, I guess. I don't I don't know. I kind of like it, but then you know what? Yeah, I guess I like it. What is there
Okay.
to say? What is
Doubtful.
there
I
to
like
say
it.
about it?
I like
What
it.
My
what
I'll
is
s-
there to say about it?
I'll add to this real quick. My favorite part of Collateral, 2004, I believe, right? Is that this is the first time I've seen Tom Cruise play a villain, and
Right? Yeah,
oh
that's true.
my god, he is incredible in it. He is having
He's
so much
great.
fun. You can tell he's so good in it. So yeah,
It's
man,
it's
I
kind of
wanna
it's
see
kind
him
of
play more
weird though
villain roles.
seeing a Tom Cruise with like white hair already. It's 2009, man. He's not even that old yet. During the shooting of that, and his face doesn't look old either. So it's kind of like,
He just dyed his hair, dude. He just dyed his hair. That's it.
why would you want to look? I guess he doesn't. Well, I was gonna say like he doesn't want to be identified, but then it's like nobody knows how he looks either.
It's those.
So
It's the early 2000s frosted tips, my man. You gotta the frosted
um,
tips. That's what he's going
Tom,
for. But they messed
but
up a
then
little
he
bit.
just looks old. Imagine Tom Cruise with frosted tips.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's so fun seeing him play the villain and like being like that, unhinged in a way, and like Jamie
yeah.
Foxx trying to be like the normal person. I don't know. I think the dynamic within those two is like works really well in this film. Also, Javier Bardem is in this film too, and he also have a weird look
Right.
to him.
That's my
Um,
one complaint. Is like I feel like I kind of want Javier Bardem to be to. He only showed up in like one or two scenes, I think that, and
mhm.
then after that he's just mentioned. It's like it's kind of a miss opportunity to use, because Javier Bardem is great at playing anything, I guess. But yeah, he got that scary look on him, man. Yeah. So it's kind of
Yeah,
yeah. He's only there for like one scene, so that's the part I didn't really like about it. Yeah.
true, fair. Yeah,
Uh, and also Jamie Foxx, he's like a cab driver in there, and then it's like he's
yeah.
pretty skilled apparently.
Yeah, the premise of this film, which I mean we'll talk about it in the bracket as well, but basically
Yeah,
it's Jamie Foxx is a cab driver, and then Tom Cruise is this
Hitman
hitman.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then he's basically like sort of holding um
Jamie Foxx
Jamie Foxx
hostage kind of thing.
hostage of like to drive him
Yeah,
around while I do my stuff around LA. So it's sort of
yeah.
like this whole not I want to say adventure, but it's not an adventure, but this whole like story.
Misadventure of Cruise and Fox.
Yeah. Of
Misadventures
Vincent and
of
Max.
Cruise.
Okay, basically,
Vincent
basically
and Max.
like
Yeah.
it's basically like that. Yeah, he's a hitman holding him hostage. You got to drive me around while I do my stuff, and then yeah, basically, there's that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's just that I give it a nice 4.5. No, four out of 5. I mean, yeah.
I give it four
It's
and
a
I give
it's
it
a
four
great.
and a half.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's a great movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's just the Javier Bardem part, and then like somehow Jamie Foxx is apparently pretty skilled. That kind of takes me away from it. Yeah. All right. I guess we'll move on again to. Abek, you're out of movies, right? You only watch two.
Yeah, I only watch those two. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's go to Albert. Albert, anything else you want to bring up?
Let's see. Let me check my letterbox real quick. We talk about Hitman. We talk about that. I'll touch on a little bit, I guess, on because we'll talk about it in the bracket. So I'll talk about it real quick. Leon the Professional, I watched it as well. Part of the is going to be in the bracket, um, and I want to talk about specifically. I mean, the story is basically like Leon is this hitman, and then he helps Natalie Portman, a young, very young Natalie Portman. This is her debut film ever, which is she's incredible in this one, as however old she is. Um, but basically, Natalie Portman sort of like um, needs a mentor, sort of. Because her family is like murdered, so he sort of like picks her up, sort of like adopt her in a way. So it's like this unlikely combination of this hitman, and then he have to take care of this child who is not very like is more mature than what she looks. So it's a very interesting dynamic. Jean Reno as Leon is pretty good, and Lee Portman obviously is really great, and Gary Oldman talking about people who's having fun as villains. Gary Oldman as villains is so much fun to watch it. I love seeing him in villainous roles, like in this one. I heard he's good in Con Air. I believe he's the villain in Con Air, or is it Air Force One? He's the villain in Air Force One. I heard he's really good in that, so I want to watch that. He's good in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes as a villain. So yeah, I like seeing Gary Oldman in villainous roles. So yeah, it's exciting. So yeah, good film. Leon the Professional, I gave it 4 out of 5.
Leon the Professional is the one that started my whole obsession with like round glasses, like he got such a good drip, man. Like look up Leon the Professional. He got such a good drip as a
Didn't
hitman.
didn't you
Yeah.
dress up as Leon for one of the Councilmen?
I did,
Special,
yeah. One of the Halloween's
one of the Halloween
time, like in the
episodes.
earlier days.
Yeah.
That he started my whole obsession with like, oh man, round sunglasses looks cool AF. Yeah. Did you look it up, Rick?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know what he looks
Apparently,
like.
this actress. I mean, this actor. I mean, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
this guy many times.
John
Yeah.
Reno. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
But
in
yeah,
he's in
that
he's
dude,
in Mission Impossible, the first one. That's the only
his
thing I know him.
sunglasses are so cool, right? his whole get up is so drippy.
Well,
I
it
like it.
fits him. I think I'd look stupid if I were to wear it.
Oh man, yeah, it looks stupid when I wear it.
Yeah, you wear the round sunglasses with a beanie, and you walk around
Yeah,
Grand Indonesia, and people will have turn their heads like this guy.
I'd be either homeless or just very suspicious.
I don't have the beard
It is
that
very
he has,
suspicious. Oh yeah.
But yeah, Leon Professional, that's great. Yeah. All right, I guess I'll just bring this up real quick. I really like uh I watched Looper as well this week, and it's like, man, Looper has always been on my radar for like so long, but I just never gone to watching it. But
Uh-huh.
man, it's really good. It's really good. It's really, I don't know, kind of mind bending. Nah, is it mind bending? Not really, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, I guess, with the whole time travel and stuff like that. And I get to see Bruce Willis. He's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looper,
it's been a while
great
since I
stuff.
watched it, but yeah, great film.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess that's that for our weekly watchies. So now let's get into our Hitman and Assassin
Bracket.
bracket. Yep. So Albert, you want to explain anything else?
Didn't Katie ask this
Uh,
earlier?
oh,
Yeah.
Albert, thoughts
What is
thoughts on
this?
the new Haley Steinfeld single? Yeah, she released a single called "Sun Kissing." I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on it.
Ooh.
I,
Ooh, what
I,
the, ooh.
I like the I like the
Ooh.
production. I like the production a lot. I think the beat is fun and nice. It's growing on me a little bit more now. I wasn't a fan of it the first time around. There was no bridge, or if there was, it's a really poor bridge. And it starts off really. It's weird because it feels like it's directly starts with a chorus. It starts so fast, and then it ends abruptly. So that's why I don't really like it, but it's growing on me because of the production. Anyway, yeah, I'm not big on it. I was expecting more, I guess. So
All right.
mhm. Don't hate me, y'all.
Aren't you in the Haley Sanfield like fan Discord thing, or is that only for Carly Rae Jepsen?
Oh, I'm in both. I actually there was a conversation like, "Oh, what do you all think of the song of sun kissing?" Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so great! I absolutely love it." And then I was like, "I'll be honest with you, I'm not big on it. I like the product." I literally said the same thing that I mentioned just now.
Yeah.
And like some people respond to me, and the others just ignore me. But I thought I was gonna get killed. I wasn't, so I was like, "Okay."
Oh, I was hoping for was it
And I was
Albert
just
Beatdown?
I was so scared, dude. I was so scared. I was like, should I send this message? I feel like I
Albert's
should.
gonna get doxxed and everything. We just don't see him ever again.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
there you go.
All right. I guess yeah. Do you need to explain anything else about the Hitman Assassin thing?
Yeah, so we have a 16 character bracket, and the goal is what we agreed on is we're not gonna do a 1v1 kind of scenario of which hitman will win. It's more of like a which is the better character, and the better character will advance in the bracket. And so we're talking about the characters. We're also involving as well as how good the film is, right? Because that plays a factor in how the characters are. But if we're pretty tight at the end of the day, I mean, it's gonna be at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to us, right? Because of how we decide to do it. But that's sort of like criteria we can also put, I guess, if you think who would win in a fight. But that's a criteria, just like the better character wins. So there is that. We have hitmans from movies and from movies, hitmans and assassins from movies. For the most part, they are all from different movies except for one. We have two characters from Pulp Fiction, Jules and Vincent. Because we couldn't pick one or the other, so we have to do both. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So, am I missing anything?
I don't think so. All right. So let's just start. I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Just to be sure, we are judging based on the character and the movie, correct? Or just one of the other?
Let's just do both. Let's do both and see how
Let's
it
just do
goes.
both, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So bring up the bracket, I guess.
All right. So, let me screen share real quick, and then I'm gonna hide it away as we just use the lower third for this one. So we got 16. We got 16 fights here that you're gonna see. We got the matchups right here. This should be a lot of fun. Again, lots of different character. We got Jules Winfield. We got the guy from Assassin's Creed. We got Jason Bourne, John Wick, Leon, Anton Chigurh, Joe from Looper, Vincent Vega. So yeah, we got a lot of matchups here. So let's just get started with the first one then, and that will be Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction versus Aguilar de Nerja from Assassin's Creed. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's that.
Wait, I haven't watched.
I haven't watched Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I've never
alright.
watched it. So you have to discuss this.
Here's the
You-
thing. All
Oh my
right.
god, I forgot that you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't get a
Uh,
chance as well.
I was gonna say like if you're putting them against each other, you know the scene. I haven't watched it, but you know the scene in Indiana Jones where that guy like pull up a sword, like waving it around, and then Indiana Jones just
Just like yeah.
takes out the gun and shoot. That's exactly what will happen here.
just like the assassins, just like look at my hidden blades.
Like oh, hidden blades, and then we Jules just like I don't know. Just he doesn't need to say anything. Just takes out the gun and just shoots.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Pulp Fiction is the. I know Ariq hasn't seen it, but Ariq,
Yeah.
Pulp
Oh,
Fiction
yeah.
is much
Oh,
better than
Do you,
Assassin's
do you
Creed.
wanna,
Alright.
do you wanna,
Yeah,
do you wanna
I'm
defend Assassin's Creed, Ariq? You wanna defend it?
What can I defend about it?
No, don't, Ariq. We are both disappointed by it.
We were actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because most of the film didn't take place during the Assassin's era. It took place in the like real
I know,
world,
right?
not real world,
I don't
modern
give a
world, I mean.
crap about the modern world, man.
That
that's
was
true. Yeah, that's true.
I watched it. I watched that film for this episode for the show. God, it's awful, and I have the exact same reason.
Sad.
what is with the point of bringing it to them? I don't know if this is part of the game. Do they time jump or whatever the memory
it is
genetic thing?
yeah it
It's
is
not,
part of the
yeah,
game.
it's not a time jump. It's more like,
Genetic,
like
yeah.
they see
Yeah.
like, memories of the past kind of shit. Yeah. Simulation stuff. Whatever. But point is like, yeah, no, the modern day stuff is boring.
Yeah, and it's the way how they edit the back and forth as well. I think is really jarring in that film.
Yeah.
But I would just jump into the past, just jump into the whatever the era, the time period is called.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so bad. And I mean, it affects my factor into judging this.
Definitely.
Michael Fassbender was trying something. I wasn't a really big fan of. I think he's okay in the performance. I don't think he's awful, but I've seen him in worse stuff and I've seen him in better stuff. So yeah, and I mean
Wait.
Jules Winfield. What?
Like, I don't want to go off on a slight tangent. Wait, did you guys Did you recently rewatch Assassin's Creed or
I didn't. Albert did.
I
Oh,
watched
Albert
it
did,
this
right?
past like yesterday,
It's
right
the first
before
time.
John Wick, right before John Wick 4. It was like
Okay,
a big
okay.
difference.
Okay, remember when he's in the weird like simulation thing and they got him hooked up to this like weird exo suit thing and it made him like move around exactly how
Yeah,
the
yeah,
like his
yeah.
ancestor did. Did you think that when they were like riding the horse in that simulation, do you think Michael Fassbender was just like doing this without the horse?
He's just humping the air.
No, it doesn't. They need him to be like riding on something, right? So they have like, all right, yo, Bob, get on your
Oh, so
get on your
guy,
knees, get on all fours.
Some guy was like
Some
this.
guy
Yeah,
on
no.
all fours are just like bouncing him.
Yeah.
We need to support him, or else he's gonna lose all consciousness.
Correction. Some guy in a full green suit on all
Oh.
fours.
Went on all fours. And he actually went nay.
Yeah. I
Okay,
want to
but
imagine. I want to imagine that's the case.
You know what? If that actually happened, I think I have to say the Assassin's Creed one. If that actually happened. Well, we did see it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, there's a definite win. Alright, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
Jules Winfield from Pulp
yeah.
Fiction is definite. Like Mr. Bulldog
Yeah.
said, they put the ass in Assassin's Creed twice.
Ass.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, literally, it's not even a competition. It's like Jules is
It's
so much
not.
better. Like we
Yeah.
didn't even talk about Jules. We just shit on
Yeah, I
on
know, right?
Will.
What is there to talk about? He's in like every beam.
That is true. Even
Man.
Ariq, who haven't watched it, he knows who he
Oh,
is.
the memes
You
are
know-
like
you know-
beyond famous. I mean, everyone knows the meme.
I dare you. I double
dare
dare
you.
you. And then his is his wallet, right? The bad mother effer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say what?
That's
One
iconic.
more time. Say what
Yeah.
again?
Yeah. All right, let's just go through this one. It's Jules Winfield. We don't need
It's
to
Jules,
talk
yeah,
about it
no,
too much.
please.
Yeah,
Samuel
Clean
Jackson.
sweep.
Yeah, come on.
yeah. That performance and Pulp Fiction itself is really
Yeah,
good.
come on. Yeah, move him up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So
So who do we get on the next matchup here? All right. So we have was it?
yep.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
bring it up, I guess. Tangerine and Lemon, yeah, from Bullet Train. Yeah, and versus Jason Bourne from Bourne Identity franchise stuff.
Yeah. The Bourne
Um,
franchise.
we put that. I'm the one that suggested to put Tangerine and Lemon together because they're like they can't be separated.
Yeah, they're duos.
they're iconic together. Yeah, I don't know. Are they iconic? I don't know actually, but yeah.
They're a good duo.
Tangerine and Lemon. Yeah, they're a duo. Tangerine and Lemon versus Jason Bourne. Here's the thing. I haven't really watched Jason.
What do you mean? It's 2v2. Jason Bourne and Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne and
Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne. No, we're
This is
off
some.
again. Jesus.
This is the kind of stuff they don't teach you in church.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right,
my
yeah.
God. About Jason Bourne, you said you haven't watched.
I haven't really
or-
watched much of the Jason Bourne movies. Like I've seen like one or two maybe, and that's like, one when a long time ago, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So then
Hard
again,
to
it's
rate.
like Jason Bourne versus Tangerine and Lemon. I think Jason Bourne, the character itself, he's a much more competent hitman than Tangerine and Lemon.
Yeah, and well, Bourne is interesting because he's a government spy, but he's not really a spy, and he's not necessarily hitman. He's more, I think, he's fall on the assassin classification here because it's like sent out to kill people, by the government. So yeah, he's more of an assassin type. Well, I guess I'm going to the details of what assassin and hitman is. I don't even
I
know
thought
what
he
that
was an
means.
agent. I'm
He's an
confused.
agent, but specifically it's like to kill.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so it is, I guess, like a hit. I guess it's like a hitman. I'll look it up. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Jason Bourne is probably because he have more films too. If we're just focusing on the first film only, Bourne Identity, even then, I think they fleshed him out more because he is the main character, aside from Tangerine and Lemon, who's like a side, not well, it's not a side character, but it's an ensemble film, so they can really flesh out a lot. All I remember about them is that they're good friends, and one of them, I don't know which one, like Thomas the Tank Engine. That's really what I remember from the characteristics. Um, and Jason Bourne, I remember that he's an agent. He lost his memory. He regains his memory. He has a heart. But yeah, he's trying to do the right thing. Um, so yeah, it's again, if you're comparing franchise to one film, it's very unfair. I have to give it to Bourne. But even it's closer if it's, I guess, just on based on Bourne Identity and Bullet Train, because I think even though Bourne Identity is the highest rated film in Letterboxd, I personally like Ultimatum the most, and I think his character is most fleshed out in Ultimatum. Um, but it's a close one. So I want to know what you think.
Wait. So we're not just measuring this based on how good their films are. I thought it was also their
Films and the
capabilities
characters.
and the
Yeah,
Yeah,
characters, like not capabilities, like their feats, I guess, or whatnot. Like,
yeah.
wasn't Tangerine and Lemon were like they like killed off like a bunch of like dozens of gangsters, like in the backstories and everything. Like they chopped up a bunch of people in Africa.
yeah.
But
They raided
they
that
die.
house and shit.
But spoiler, I guess they die in the movie. So
Not they, one of them did.
one of them, I guess.
But Lemon still
Yeah.
lived. Lemon was
But
tough.
still though, but still though, they lost one of. If one of them dies, they lose, I guess.
Is that how it is? One of them dies, they lose.
Oh,
I can just
part of
imagine
the tag team.
Lemon saying like, Jason, you're not Jason's not a Diesel. Maybe he's, I don't know, another character. Maybe not as evil as Diesel. Jason, you are this train specifically.
Yeah,
I don't know what the
he's gonna confuse Jason Bourne with all the train references
with
and
all
like,
the
oh,
yeah, that was the thing engine references.
like, stop talking, I'm trying to kill you. It's like, no, you're more. I can see as this character.
So you
Blah,
know
blah,
what?
blah.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it's more too lenient to Jason Bourne. I mean, I think the that has better movies and what is it? He is the more competent one, I guess. What I remember, I think like the whole point
uh,
of Jason Bourne is supposed to be like he's kind of creative in his like ways.
is he?
He he's very smart for a he's very smart for an assassin. Also, I checked that. So yeah, he's a ex CIA agent, ex CIA assassin agent.
Okay.
So yeah, he's sort of like in an assassination program kind of thing. So he's specialized for that, for the CIA. Um, but yeah, he's just very resourceful. He's smart for an agent, and he's not superhuman, but he's like really strong. As like peak physical condition, basically. So yeah,
You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Jason Bourne. I think he's just
Jason
better
Bourne.
overall as a
even
character
even at, even
and
as a
the
2v1.
films. Yeah, even as a 2v1, yeah.
Again, he's more competent.
Because
I
yeah,
feel like.
no, yeah, because the what is it? The Tangerine and Lemon, they're very incompetent. You saw how they keep fucking up as the movie goes on. They're like, oh, we forgot this, we
Yeah,
forgot that, or
they're good,
whatever.
but they do screw up of quite a lot. I don't
They
know.
screw
I
up
don't know if Jason
often,
Bourne
yeah.
screw up often, but he doesn't look like the guy. I mean, you know, he's
At one
you
time, he
know.
transformed to Jeremy Renner, but you know what? I'm not sure if that's a screw
Wait,
up
that
or not.
happened?
That's not it's a different film. It's born in Legacy, and it's about a different character. It's not about
Okay,
Oh,
Jason.
Bourne
I thought that
Legacy.
Damon
Alright.
morphed into what is it, Jeremy
Jeremy
Renner?
Renner.
I thought he morphed. I thought he morphed. My bad.
No.
My bad. We'll gloss over that. Yeah, we'll put Jason Bourne ahead. I think we're all it's a three. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
clean
a
sweep.
three.
Yeah, it's a
That's
clean
a clean
sweep. Yeah.
sweep. And to answer real quick in the comments, someone mentioned, why not Ladybug, Brad Pitt's character instead? I don't believe he's an assassin. He's just a handler, if I'm
Yeah,
not
right.
wrong.
Yeah, he's
So
not meant
that's
to be like killing people and stuff.
yeah. It's just like he's an agent. He's a handler. So yeah, that's why we don't have him there. So yeah. Anyway, Jason Bourne advanced then 3-0. So the Tangerine Lemon put up a good fight. But to quote Fred Love Movies, I've never heard Jesus Christ is Tangerine and Lemon.
That is true.
Jesus
So
Christ,
clearly,
it's Tangerine
yeah.
and Lemon.
So yeah, like you said, so clearly Bourne wins.
There you go. That is a good argument.
That's a good argument. Yeah.
Isn't tangerine and lemon the ingredients to make marmalade? Oh, dude, what is it?
Is that it?
Paddington can
No.
solo. Yeah, Paddington can solo them. If he was a hitman.
Paddington as a
Paddington
hitman?
is a Batman. He is
The bad
he is
man.
hardened by prison.
Wait, I just realized something, Albert. Ryan Gosling from The Gray Man. Does he not count into one of these? We didn't
Oh,
put
that
him
would
in,
have
did we?
been good, not bad.
Oh my God,
Well,
we forgot.
he's an agent, right? What is he?
No, but he's trained specifically to
Oh,
kill
he is.
people in the
Yeah,
full
that is
series.
true. He's
Yes.
similar like Gosling's role, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jason Bourne's role, yeah.
Um,
But that was kind of
well,
a big
we-
oopsie. The film was quite good, and the guy is a super badass.
oh, oops. Well, I
That
mean,
was an oopsie.
we can't change it right now for
What,
one
you
of
want to
them.
remove one of the hitmen?
Here's what I'll suggest. None of you have saw the James Bond Jaws character, right?
No,
I mean, I haven't watched Gray Man either, so.
Oh, okay.
but I haven't watched the James
Yes,
Bond one. At least I have watched
Yeah.
Grey Man.
That's two of you has.
Well,
so
seeing
continue.
my options that I can think of right now to replace is one is Jaws because I've seen it, or well, the Mechanic is, I think most of us have seen the Mechanic, so probably most likely one is Jaws. So if you want to change Jaws, we can. Well, we haven't reached to him yet, so we can put Ryan Gosling in there.
I'll just
Up
say
to you.
yes, just because I have watched Grey Man. Well, both of
Okay.
us at least, yeah. You have watched it, right? Teguh
Okay.
has watched it too.
Okay, it's all right. Middle of the bracket shakeup. We'll change that right now. I have to modify the bracket. So while I modify the bracket, why don't Kelvin, you take us to the next one, to the next matchup?
All right, on to the next matchup. The man of the recent movie, John Wick versus Darius Kincaid from Hitman's Bodyguard. Darius Kincaid is the Samuel Jackson character.
Samuel
Right,
Jackson one, yeah.
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 So two Sam Jacksons back to back here.
You
Alright,
mentioned Sam Jackson wins all the way and he has to fight himself in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Rick? You just watched John Wick.
Well, John Wick 4 was, well, I guess if we're trying to take like the best films, like John Wick 4 was definitely much better than any of the Hitman Bodyguard.
I mean, yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
by
Hitman
quite
Bodyguard
a
movie is
far.
pretty average, right? It's just a fun watch.
Yeah. It's a fun watch, but it's pretty average. But John Wick 4 was, top notch.
Mhm.
So it's clear that the better film is indeed John Wick, and I think everyone can agree with me on that on the chat. In terms of character, it's actually, I don't know why, like they're almost equal, but not really. I guess like Darius is like he's super badass and like unhinged, but John Wick is, he's pretty brutal and strong. The guy's like really tough. You see what he can survive a lot of things, falling
Killed a dude
buildings.
with a pencil.
He
Killed the
doesn't.
guy.
He falls from a building. His back is fine.
His back
This
is
is-
fine. Yeah,
His
he killed the
real
guy.
superpower.
He killed the guy. What is it? With a book. He killed the basketball player with a book. Very cool.
Honestly, not gonna lie, from Darius Kincaid, I don't really remember the Hitman stuff he does. The only thing I remember is when he I think he snipe from like he used a sniper shot like
Oh yeah.
target. from
From
really
like
really far away or something.
through an
Yeah,
airplane window and he hit like the client or something.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like that's
The one I keep
that's the only
remembering the most,
scene I remember.
what I keep remembering the most is when, I think in the Hitman's Wife Bodyguard, like the weird two people came out of the water with like jets, like those like water jets, and then
Oh
he
yeah.
just kind of like pulled out his gun. It's just so funny.
All right, all right. Is Albert still changing the bracket stuff?
Yeah, I'm working on it, but yeah, because I got to reset the bracket and everything.
That's true.
But yeah, John Wick, Darius Kincaid. I'm similar with Kelvin. I don't remember much of Darius Kincaid, to be honest. Um, he, I, I mean, the bodyguard, Ryan Reynolds' character, the bodyguard, whatever his name is, he is the star of the film. I feel like, and it's less
Yeah.
so on the hitman, so it's not
Mm.
much. Um, but yeah, I just remember like I don't even remember if they're what the jokes are, to be honest, in this film. So it's kind of tough. But John Wick is John Wick. Is the freaking Baba Yaga for
John
God's
Wick's
sake.
John Wick. Yeah. I mean, this one is definitely
He
John Wick win.
he doesn't.
I'm pretty
John Wick.
sure, yeah.
John Wick doesn't need a bodyguard for God's sake. John Wick's bodyguard
That's
need
true.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So,
No, John Wick's bodyguard is like the mini boss you have to beat to fight John Wick, who's the big boss.
yeah, John. Wick- You
Yeah.
know, if you put Ryan, make this a double feature: Ryan Reynolds and Sam Jackson versus John Wick. John Wick will still win probably. So,
They will, yeah, he would.
Pretty sure John Wick will still win. Yeah.
Yeah, even with
that-
the bodyguard, yeah.
hmm Yeah. Well, this is so easy. All right, John Wick all the way for sure.
yeah. All right, clean sweep on the Wick.
All right. Let's see. Who is next? We have Wesley Gibson from Wanted and Leon from I see what
The
you did there.
professional.
Leon from Leon the Professional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leon the professional.
All right.
Alright, I haven't watched The
Okay.
Professional. I'm pretty sure it's the better film too.
All right. All right. Here's the thing. I think Professional is a better film, but
Yeah.
in Wanted, they can
What's least
curve the
badass?
bullet.
Yeah.
They can curve the bullet. How cool
I have to
is
admit,
that?
I have to admit, like in Wanted, like the ability to curve bullets, it's cool. It's weird, it's stupid, but it's cool at the same time.
It's cool. That's the
It's
thing.
cool.
That bullet curving kind of puts Wesley over Leon for me right now at least. Yeah. Albert,
Oh,
you just
okay.
watch Leon the Professional. What's your thoughts on this?
Leon the Professional is a very great character, especially outside of the Hitman stuff. I think he's pretty good in his Hitman stuff because it's like he's resourceful with the stuff that he did.
Mhm.
He's pretty smart as well. He's scrappy, which is always good for a Hitman. And I mean, I think in terms of Wesley's younger, so he's got the youth advantage there. Leon is aging, so if we're doing a 1v1 fight, Wesley might win with the curved bullet, but that's not what we're doing, right? Unless it's like a tiebreaker, I
Yeah.
guess. But
Yeah.
Leon is like smart, and he has so much heart, dude. Especially because, spoiler for the film, Leon the Professional, that came out I don't know how long it is ago.
1994, I think, right?
And damn, is it really 1994? Yeah, I guess it's before Star
so.
Wars because Natalie Portman's debut. But
So
yeah,
young.
yeah. So yeah, Natalie Portman's characters, her family got killed because they got involved in like this crime ring kind of thing. And so her family got killed. So she's the only member of her family left. And then so Leon like took her in, like sort of like what's it called? Take care of her. And she wants revenge on the people who killed her family. So Leon reluctantly like teach her the ways to be a hitman, even though he doesn't want to. But like she asked for it really much, so he eventually agrees to it. So like he got a lot of heart, like taking in this little kid who doesn't have a family. And they just like the chemistry. It's so weird how the chemistry works so well with this, however old Leon is, and this like 14-year-old or whatever Natalie Portman is. The chemistry works so well, and not in a creepy way as well. It just like it feels so authentic and genuine. Yeah, I think with that, just because maybe it's recency, I gotta give it Leon because Wesley Gibson is cool. I like that he was a nerd previously and he becomes like a
Mhm.
badass. He got added to this fraternity that he was called not like a college fraternity, like the
Yeah,
the actual
they just
assassin's
called
name
it.
is called the fraternity.
It actually
Uh,
just called fraternity. Yeah.
um, and yeah, I also like that he was able to slap Chris Pratt with a keyboard. I think that is very cool. If you have not seen the clip, it's an awesome clip.
That's
where
the
he
thing though.
slaps it.
Wanted is such a stylish movie. I like it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a Wanted is just really fun to watch. That's the thing. Uh, both are great movies. So I don't know, man.
I'm putting my vote for Leon.
You're putting your vote for Leon? You know what?
Yeah.
I want to put my vote for Wanted because of the curved bullets. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's the thing though. The way we are judging it is the character in the movies, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I guess. I
I
mean,
mean,
in that
you
sense,
can put the movie into the factor, obviously.
yeah, I know, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The movie and the character, but it's like technically Leon the professional does good in both factors.
Right.
Yeah. How about Eric? What's your thoughts on this?
I've only watched Wanted.
Right, that's true.
I can only vote for that one.
Will that Does that curved bullet put it over the top for me? That's the thing
It's,
that I'm
it's
keep
down to
coming back
you.
to.
That's the
The
thing. Like,
curve bullet versus the drip.
curve
Oh,
bullet
that's
versus
true.
drip.
Okay, you
Man.
know what?
It is part of his
Leon,
character. Drip is part of a character.
Yeah,
man,
drip's for some
If
Leon
if
character.
if Samuel,
inspired me with the round sunglasses look, so I'm gonna go with Leon.
Yeah, that makes more sense, Kel. Like you, I don't think you were trying to curve bullets when you were a kid. You were just wearing
Yeah, no,
sunglasses.
no.
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, drip falls into a factor because, like, can you imagine if like John Wick wears sandals and like
Yeah, right. It's part of the character.
a tank top? It's like and a shaved head.
Mm.
It's like it's not John Wick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can't argue with that.
If John Wick tries to pull off the Leon look, I don't think he can do it.
Oh,
You know,
I think it will
I
just look
don't
like
think
a
so.
sad attempt at the Matrix again.
that is true.
Yeah,
Actually,
right?
with the glasses and the beanie.
I am now Morpheus.
There is some
I
very
am now
interesting.
Morpheus.
There is some very interesting implications in that statement that I do not like.
Morpheus.
It's,
Alright,
it's, it's just a reference, Albert, to that. I don't know what movie it's from. Sully?
which Matrix? Sully.
No,
Oh, what, the
the thing
monster?
where like, look at me, I'm the captain now.
Oh,
That's Captain
oh,
Phillips.
Oh yeah,
Phillips,
I was
yeah.
thinking of Sully for some. Yeah, but
Sully's the plane movie where Tom Cruise plays the air.
Yeah, there's
the
the different.
pilot.
There's like planes, which is Sully, and then there's boats,
aren't
which
both
is
movies played by Tom Cruise?
Tom Hanks.
Tom
And not
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, not Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise on a ship.
I
Yeah,
was,
nice one.
I was referencing to that.
I was
You get it, right?
yeah,
I got it now.
that's
Yeah,
Captain Phillips is the one that says, "Look at me, I'm the captain
Yeah.
now."
I got lost when you said
he does
Sully.
not say
That's why.
he does not say the line, but someone says the line to him. And then
Yeah.
he's a boat captain, and then Sully is where he plays the actual pilot Sully, who lands the airplane in the Hudson River because it got hit by birds. That's Sully. And then another easy mistake that happened when I had this conversation with a friend a couple of days ago is Tully. This has nothing to do with Tom Hanks. This is about a nanny.
Named Tom?
No, it's not named Tom at all. There's nothing to do with Tom Hanks. It's about this family who have a kid and they have a nanny, and then the guy of the father have sexual fantasies on the nanny, not played by Tom Hanks. But yeah, that's
played
called
by a Tom at least.
no, I don't think so. And that is called Tully. But so don't mix up Tully and Sully, because if you imagine Tom Hanks in the nanny role, not very interesting.
It's like Mrs. Doubtfire. But Tom Hanks.
The husband have sexual fantasies on Tom Hanks as a nanny. I don't blame the husband. I don't blame the husband for that. But it's easy mistake. Tully and Sully. So there you go. But how did we get to here?
I don't know. But yeah, Leon wins it. I'm sorry, Eric. You need to watch Leon the Professional, man.
I'll watch Leon the Professional. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Leon wins it.
Leon wins it. Okay, let's see. On to the next matchup. We have Anton Shiger, right? I think that's how you say it, from No Country for Old Men, and Arthur Bishop, the Mechanic. Is that Jason Statham movie? Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Thoughts?
Here's the thing. No Country for Old Men is definitely a better movie. Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem, he's just iconic as a like a psycho killer, I
Psycho. Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's just iconic as a villain. Yeah, and then that performance of like how Anton Chigurh brings himself, I guess, how he does his business with the killing of people. It's like I think it's cooler than how than basically whatever the mechanic is. Because I also just watched the mechanic this week. Um,
Mhm.
Not gonna lie, I fell asleep.
I don't blame you. It's not that great. Yeah.
I watched the first 20 minutes and then like I tried, I fell asleep and I woke up like in the last 30 minutes of the movie. But yeah, and I don't know, Arthur Bishop himself as a character, he's very generic. Like, hey, I'm a, I'm
He's
a,
just
I'm a,
Statham.
yeah, he's basically just Jason Statham, where he just this time he's
Mm.
just, I'm a hitman and I do my research and I um
Can be nice
plan.
sometime.
I plan. I sometimes I no, I try to make it look like an accident, but sometimes I fail.
You remember this while being asleep? You remember all of these while asleep at the same time?
He was
Yeah.
dreaming. Kelvin was dreaming he was the mechanic. I think it was his point
No,
of view.
no. After the movie ends, I go to YouTube. I watch people summarizing what happened in the mechanics. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
wow.
that's the part I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Anton Chigurh is definitely better than Arthur Bishop and the mechanic movie. So yeah.
So one
Well,
vote
what's
for
your thoughts,
Anton.
Rick?
But in the mechanic, right? Jason Statham shot what is it, President Snow on a wheelchair.
He did.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. He shot the guy. He shot an old man in a wheelchair, Kelvin. That's badass.
I don't know, man. That guy,
It's not
that
even
guy
an
in the
acting for
wheelchair
any
is pretty
point.
static.
What? Ariq, here's the thing. Ariq, you make a very valid argument. In terms of killing someone on a mode of transportation, wheelchair is probably the most badass one to be on. Not killing someone on a plane, not killing someone on a car, killing someone on a wheelchair.
On a
Yeah.
Yeah,
wheelchair. That's just,
a helpless
that's how
old man
that's
in a
the mark
wheelchair.
of a great hitman. You gotta kill someone in
Yeah.
a wheelchair.
He did.
Much better if the wheelchair isn't moving.
I don't think he was.
He wasn't moving at all. In fact, he accepted death. I think in the movie, he's like, "Well, all right." Shoots like the door, and it's like, "I want to look like I went out with a bang." I think that's what the man on the old chair says.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean,
So yeah, he accepted death.
Ariq's voting for Arthur Bishop.
No.
Okay.
No. 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 I
Have you
voted for
watched No
no.
Country for Old Men, Dovik?
It was a long time ago, and it was like mostly in parts rather than the full thing. To be honest, I haven't remembered these films very well. Like they need a rewatch.
That is fair.
But I have watched both. But I've watched both.
I could have had the opportunity to rewatch No Country for Old Men. I decided to watch both Hitman movies instead. So win-win for me.
Great move.
Yeah. Ariq votes for Anton Chigurh. I gotta vote for Anton Chigurh as well. Arthur
Albert.
Bishop again.
Albert,
What?
I just remembered something.
Yes.
I said no. Let's just wrap this up first, and then I'll tell you when
Okay.
we're moving on to the next
Okay.
one.
Yeah, Arthur Bishop, like Yeah, he's cool. He got the British swag, I'm pretty sure he's a wanker at one point.
You did. Wow.
I don't know if he did. I think he said it before he shot the guy on the wheelchair. It's like,
Oh,
hit
okay.
this bullet, wanker. I don't know. But I mean, it's him. He's pretty nice. Like there's a soft spot to him because he's like trying to do the right thing. He doesn't like it when Ben Foster's character was like doing things very brashly. So like he's not like just a one note character. So that's good. But it's Anton Chigurh. Like he's one of the best villains in history with one of the worst haircut in history. Which is very true. His haircut
That's
is
true.
awful. I
It's a
don't
bad
know.
haircut.
I heard that this was a character choice by Javier Bardem. That he insisted that the character have this haircut. I don't know why.
It does makes him unnerving to look at. It's not a pleasant sight to see. So maybe that's why he wants that haircut. So people, as a hitman, people be like, ew, and just look away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, nothing's more terrifying than a tall Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, but anyway, the haircut is awful. Again, if that is actually his character choice, good for him. I don't know what makes him think that there would be that's like the one thing that he would do. It's like, I will do this role if you give me this haircut only.
Only
I-
this haircut.
Only if you
specifically.
give me this haircut.
but yeah, he's a great character. Like super badass, and he kills people with literally a pistol. What's it called? The air thing. It's not even a
I
real
saw
gun.
that, like it was like an air tank, like or
Air
some
tank,
shit.
basically, right?
Yeah, is that what it's called? Yeah, it's like a
I
yeah.
don't know what
It's
he
not a
killed him
real
with.
gun. So
He used
yeah.
air pressure to kill, man. That's the point.
Yeah, literally. So yeah. So yeah, Anton
There you
Chigurh
go.
for the win.
Yeah, definitely. This was
Definitely.
easy as well.
Mhm.
All right.
So Ariq,
Okay.
what were you saying?
Right. Did we not include anyone from the Sicario films? Sicario literally means hitman in Spanish. And
Is
I think the
that
main
what
character-
Sicario means?
Yes, Sicario means hitman.
Oh, I thought Sicario is a location.
No, no.
I know for a fact it's not the location. I didn't know it means Hitman.
And the main character is indeed the Sicario.
Wait, the main character? I thought the main character is Emily Blunt.
Not Emily Blunt,
I was talking about Benicio del Toro's character.
Benicio del Toro, him. He is the Sicario.
I haven't watched Sicario, so I should. I heard it's
Oh,
good.
Well, you want to change it again?
I'm not sure if I should change it again or not. I already made one change because he had that.
No. One
No,
change per
it's too late.
bracket.
It's too late. It's too late. It's gone. It's
One
too
change
late.
per bracket.
There you go.
Maybe I should have
Oh, right.
done research before we.
That
did
is a
this.
fair.
Hey, we
point.
did do research. We were
Well, I
googling.
didn't. You
Well,
guys
yeah,
when
did.
we,
because
when, we,
you went-
when we look up Hitman movies, Sicario doesn't come up.
Yeah. Sicario did not come
I
up
hope
when
that's
we
the case
Googled
because
it.
I'm doing it
Yeah.
again right now, and I don't think it
I
comes
did.
up.
I didn't help you guys in the research, so we were missing some stuff.
Yeah, like
And,
okay,
yeah.
like, a big one that appears is Hana, the Saoirse Ronan movie, but none of us have seen it, so we decided to opt that out. But yeah,
Yeah.
Sicario doesn't come out in this one.
You
So-
could have just commented on the group chat, Ariq.
I know, but I
Listeners.
remembered. No, I just remembered now. I just remembered now. It's like, oh wait, Sicario.
And I also decided to not include Gunpowder Milkshake for all of our sake because that movie is not great despite the awesome
That's
cast.
good.
It's so boring. It's so boring.
Yeah.
The
Oh, I
behind
was
the
gonna
scenes
say-
on that movie is so much better than the movie itself.
I was gonna say, I like, I might have mistaken. Like, I thought the the movie Crank, well, with Jason
Yeah.
Statham as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
where-
watched that. Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that one, but I know of it.
I legit thought that was the mechanic at at one point. So we're going into
don't
the
blame you.
mechanic. That was what I was expecting.
No, that's what I was expecting. No, that's what I remembered too, Kel. Until like a few days ago, I realized, wait a minute, this is different.
I am literally with you because when I was watching the film, I was
Oh,
like, I thought it's
I'm not the only one.
so here,
Okay.
it's Jason Statham. There is 2 movies in each. I'm pretty sure there's Crank 2 as well. There's
Yeah,
Mechanic 2.
there's Crank too. Yeah.
And is playing a guy who I'm not sure what Crank exactly does, but I know he needs to adrenaline.
He needs
at least,
adrenaline
like
to
this-
count well.
I think
Yeah.
he has like a mechanical heart and he needs like constant like
Yeah, okay, so it's like
adrenaline or
we're all on the
something.
same
Yeah.
page in there.
Yeah.
The reason why I got mixed up. So yeah.
I wish it
Alright.
was cracked because I remembered in the second film I think he had like sex with a girl in the middle of a horse race or some shit like that.
I saw clips of that.
The hell?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, to get
Wait, wait,
excited,
wait.
to get the adrenaline going.
yeah, to
In
get
the
the
middle, in
adrenaline
the
going.
middle of the horse race.
Yes, they were in a
Yeah.
horse ring and they
Are
had
you
sex
saying?
there.
Are you saying that watching a horse race does not pump your adrenaline enough?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. You have
His
you have
horse.
to have
You know what?
you have to
Honestly,
have
honestly, out of all sporting events, horse race is probably one of the most adrenaline inducing, especially if you're betting money, because it's always neck
if
and
you're
neck.
betting, yeah, but they didn't
Yeah.
bet money. They
Yeah,
just
but
went
they
in
didn't
there
bet.
and then had sex.
So he can pump it up.
He had to hump it up. He said he needed friction or something.
Well, so he did it. So he was like, okay. So he was watching and he did it in the crowd. Okay, fair.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Gotta
Okay.
get that
At least,
adrenaline
at least he didn't go to the middle of the racetrack and start doing it in the racetrack.
Oh no, he did. He did.
with the
He went
horse.
to the middle of the. No,
Wait, with
he
the
went to middle-
horse?
Not with the horse. With the girl in the middle
This
of the
just got
racetrack.
very disturbing, Kelvin.
He went into the middle of the racetrack. I think a grandma saw them and she was like, or some shit like that.
Hey,
It's
to
a
be
weird
fair,
film.
which one is more
Not with the
adrenaline
horse,
inducing?
right?
Alright.
Not with the horse. Not with the horse. Enough with the horse.
Which one is more adrenaline inducing, man? See, doing it with a horse or a woman? Horse.
I don't know, Kel. I've
exactly.
only done it with one of them, so I can't say anything
tell
about
me,
doing it
Horse.
with a woman. we're going off track. Very
Alright, let's get back to Hitman stuff.
very off track. Oh no. Okay. This has to be the weirdest episode ever.
Alright. Let's just move on to the next round to not get
I'm putting this in the notepads. Hang on, so I can clip this.
to not go down this rabbit hole.
Yep.
Alright, next round we have the newly added 6 from the Gray Man versus Vincent from Collateral, the Tom Cruise dude. You know,
Yep. Not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. I haven't watched the Gray Man. How does he look?
How does
Like
he
Ryan
look? He looked
Gosling.
like Ryan Gosling with a beard, I think, right? Does he have a beard?
I think he has a normal like,
Goatee? Does he not have a
yeah,
goatee?
a normal subtle
He-
beard. I think.
It's not subtle. He got
Not subtle.
he got kind of a goatee. No,
Well,
I don't
I
know.
guess
It's more pro. It's a lot more around the goatee
Oh,
area.
yeah, never mind. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Calvin has only seen one of them. Ariq have only seen one of them. I'm the only one who've seen both.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've
fair.
actually seen parts of Collateral, but I didn't see the full film, so
Okay.
I'm not so
Here's the
sure.
thing.
All right. So
Alright.
you know what? Here.
Wait,
let's-
I want to say mine. I want to say mine first, real quick.
Okay,
Alright.
okay.
Mhm.
Vincent died, so. At the end
Oh,
of the
no.
movie-
What a spoiler!
Oh no! I think I know he
Right,
died though. I think
whoops.
that's the part I watched. That's the part I
Hey,
watched.
that
I
movie
remember-
is what
You're-
2004. Alright.
Yeah.
Talk
To be
about
fair-
you talk about Teguh spoiling stuff. You just literally don't even get. You're like
No,
Vincent died.
No.
Hey,
No, this is-
Collateral
No.
comes out 2004.
No, no,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
not
yeah.
a movie he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
watched.
yeah. I'm
No,
listening
no,
to
this is the
And it was
part I
James
watched.
Bond.
I think I did see Tom Cruise die. Like that was the clip I saw, and then I was like, okay.
Now here's the thing, right? Character-wise, since you're judging that as well,
Yeah.
I guess he's a good hitman, but he's just not good enough. If
What,
you know,
Vincent?
yeah, Vincent.
Okay.
If that's how, because yeah, he died because of a freaking cab driver with no training whatsoever. So you tell me.
You're not selling his feats. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a well-written character at least.
I mean, yeah, he's well written. He did work for 6 years as a hitman, but that's all we know about it, right?
Only 6 years?
Uh,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was 6 years. I think he mentioned. I don't know if that's a lie or not, but probably a lie. But he mentioned 6 years, so yeah. But that's the thing though. He failed in his mission, and then like because of a cab driver, like his cool feats, like because like here's the thing, the planning stuff is not even him that did it. It was Javier Bardem's character team.
Oh.
They they collect all the data and they're like, "Hey, here it is." And at one point, he lost the data as well, so he had to go back there to be like,
It
Happy
wasn't. It wasn't
birthday."
his. It wasn't his fault. It was. It was the
Yeah,
fault
but
of. He was being nice. He was being nice and playing friends with Jamie Foxx's mom, who's in the hospital bed, and then
yeah,
Jamie Foxx decided to be a dick and take all his data and throw it
you know what
away.
that means? Careless.
Careless. I like how
And then he
Kelvin
had
is
to go back
ripping into Vincent.
to the guy, to Javier Bardem's character, and it's like, oh, no, he makes the cab driver goes in and back for the data. So if it wasn't for the cab driver getting the data back, he wouldn't even finish his mission. So
Hmm. Okay.
not a good hitman. Great movie though. He's just not a good hitman. Yeah.
All
All right.
right, all
Uh,
right.
go
So should
go
I?
Albert. You're gonna say
No,
something.
no. I was about to say,
Alright.
since I'm the only one who've seen both. I have an opinion on this one, but I want to try to see
Okay.
if y'all can convince me to vote for the ones that you've seen. So Calvin has
Okay.
Calvin has clearly did the opposite of what that goal was.
I don't want to vote for Vincent.
So Ariq,
Alright,
why don't you tell me why 6 is awful?
Okay, why is 6 awful? Okay, 1, he doesn't even have a name. It's a goddamn number. 6. um, his mustache is funny. Actually, no, that's not true. His mustache is okay. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to talk bad about him. He has a hard time beating what's
say
his
some
name?
good stuff and some bad stuff, I guess, about 6.
It's hard when he gets on with Ana de Armas and he beats the crap out of Captain America, you know? He's way
Well,
too cool. He doesn't get on with
what?
Ana de Armas, he's just okay with her.
Okay.
Nothing happened with them. I just want to vote for 6 mostly because everyone in the chat is like, come on, Vincent is the best, the movie is much better. I want to disagree with everyone. I want to get maximum hatred towards myself. So I really want to vote 6 even more now. But yeah, no, like, what? Oh yeah, for I guess since Kelvin hasn't watched it, like 6, he's badass. Okay, he's basically like, I think he's like a trained assassin purposely just to like eliminate targets, and he kind of just kills people in the most like professional but also like brutal ways. Also some clever ways as well. I think there's like one where he planted a grenade and made it like, kind of like a tripwire mine or something while he was escaping from a tank that is slowly filling up with water. It's very convoluted. Point is, he did that.
Okay.
But as a like assassin, like killer agent hitman guy, he's really badass. And like I said, he beat the crap out of Captain America with a weird mustache.
All right. Well, what Albert? Well, what's your thoughts on this? You watched both already.
See, the argument of Kelvin saying how Vincent is a bad hitman because he got defeated by a taxi driver is valid, but also at the same time, if I don't remember the outcome, but I'm pretty sure 6 defeated Captain America, but he got Captain America's character, not Captain America, Chris Evans' character,
Chris Evans,
whatever his name is, he is very good, and he's a much better character than 6 is. A better hitman, even though he's not a hitman. Captain America's character is not Steve Rogers' character. God damn it. Chris Evans' character is not a hitman. He's like he's like a professional, whatever it is, a fixer or whatever.
yeah.
But he's way more entertaining and a better character than 6 was. So like it's pretty even ground in that. So I'm like toss up right here.
Which one's the better movie, do you think? Because we're still judging the movie as well.
I'm
I
pretty
like
sure Collateral's the better film.
Collateral. I wasn't a fan of Greyman because I thought it was boring.
Greyman was
like
kind of mid-ish.
It feels long too.
Does it feel long for you? For me, it just feels like a little fun action
long
film.
was the film?
Nothing too
Yeah.
particular.
Like as much as I'm crapping on Vincent, Collateral is a good movie.
I think Collateral's the better film. It is by far the better film, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I think I just want to say 6 is the cooler like Hitman guy
Cooler name.
stuff.
Oh, all right.
It's a cooler name, to be honest.
I just
Cooler
thought of
than
something
Vincent?
good about Vincent. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
He
What?
shoots well.
Shoots well.
Yeah.
He does. Well, it's
He
part of
shoots
the job
well.
description, I think. In order to get
I
that,
sure
you
hope.
gotta shoot.
I sure hope
I
so.
sure hope so.
I
Yeah.
sure
think
hope
one of-
so. I
No,
paid
he
good
shoots-
money for a hitman.
He shoots well until at the very end where he missed all
Didn't-
his shots.
Ariq didn't six shot Chris Evans' character in the ass,
He did.
or was it Ana de Armas?
That's Captain
No,
Murray. That's
no,
America's
Ana de Armas
ass.
shot. Ana de Armas
Okay,
shot
see, Ana de
America's
Armas is a
ass.
better character in there too.
Oh wow!
So this is battle
The only-
of two
the only-
mid characters.
the only good thing about 6 that I can remember is that at one point they were trying to track down someone. I don't remember who. Maybe it was Chris Evans' character, and then they were like, Ana de Armas like, hand me a gun. And then 6 throws her a gun, and then Ana de Armas trying to shoot, and then the gun, there is no bullet, and it's like, who why would you give me a gun with no bullet? And then Ryan Gosling's like, who the hell throws a loaded gun? And I was like, that's a fair point. So,
See, he's smart. He's very smart.
that's like the only thing that I remember about that film. So,
Gun
Valid
safety.
point.
Valid point. Yeah, gun safety.
but he didn't even shoot Chris Evans in the ass, though. So what's the point?
Well, who did Vincent shoot in the ass? Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Some
Did
passerby
Vincent got
probably.
shot in the ass? I don't think so, right?
We're
No,
gonna
he doesn't
rate
get
this
shot in
on
the ass.
who shot whose ass gets to move forward.
This is really the toughest one.
Just move-
Yeah,
no,
because
just-
both characters are pretty bad at their job.
No, 6 is very good. Albert just doesn't remember
And-
shit.
And that is true. That is true. I don't remember shit, and I remember Vincent. I thought Vincent was good. That's the thing. Kelvin's saying no, but I thought Vincent was good because he.
What did you do?
Well, I guess
Because
I
of
guess
what,
he
huh? Because of
I
what?
guess,
What
well,
do you
he was manipulative. He was able to get Max to drive him around. He was
Yeah.
very smart with his words, and he's very prepared.
He doesn't prepare the stuff, Albert. Have
Yes, he
your Fardam's
did.
character give it to him.
He's prepared with the notes.
Look, I want to let Collateral win. But I just want to say 6.
No,
is,
no, no, here,
I
here,
think
I'll
6
say-
is the most
I've
badass
made-
character.
I've made a
More
decision.
better.
I've made a decision. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Because I am not sure how the voting is gonna work since I've like same with Naruto, because I've only seen both. But if it's down to me only, I have a decision,
Mm-hmm.
and my decision is that both of them are at some point good at their job. If I'm basing it on performance, I think Vincent has Tom Cruise have a way better performance by far. In terms of movie, I got to go with Collateral. However, in terms of a character of a hitman, I'll have to give it to 6 because of what Ariq says. I think Ariq convinced me on that statement. So as much as I want Vincent to move on based on an objective level on who's the better hitman character, gotta give it to 6.
We're also judging the movie, Albert.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'll let Collateral win. I just want to make the
We've made
point.
this clear from like days ago. We're judging the
But I just want to make
character
the point.
and the movie.
I don't know, but I just want to make the point that 6 is the better like hitman, but Collateral is the better in everything else. What is so hard to understand? Collateral's winning. Collateral's winning. Collateral's gonna win.
Fine,
But I just
Collateral
want to say 6. I just want to say 6 is better. That's it.
Fine,
Do you
Collateral
understand? 6 is the better character, but Collateral wins in other
Collateral
departments.
6 is the better character. Collateral is the better movie.
Yes. Collateral is
Yeah.
better in everything else. 6 is more badass. That's it. That's it.
There you go.
That's all I can say.
Wait, so
Vincent is a-
Collateral wins.
Collateral wins.
Vincent wins.
We're
Alright,
we're
alright.
one step closer to potential Vincent battle. You know,
Oh,
if Vincent Vega advance, we'll see.
Vince off.
Vince off.
Yeah.
All right, what's
Alright.
next?
Next, we have Harleen McGuire from Road to Perdition versus
Older Joe.
Older Joe from Looper. Yeah. Honestly, I didn't. I also watched Road to Perdition this week. I didn't like it. I
Oh,
thought
did
it
you?
was
Did you not?
pretty-
Do you not like the film?
I give it 3.5. I find it boring.
Oh, that's sad. I like the film. It was really
I
good.
find it boring. I guess it's really the only parts that I like is when Tom Hanks and his son kind of just like, hey, yeah, I'll teach you how to drive. We'll do some bank visits, I guess. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
wholesome. I guess that's the only part I kind of like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who
wait,
wants
let
to
me let me
start? Who
gather
wants
my
to?
thoughts
Who
first.
wants? Okay, okay. Ariq, have you seen either or both?
I've only seen Looper.
Okay. Um, you want to talk about so you want to talk about older Joe
All right,
first then? Your thoughts
all
on the
right. All I
character?
remembered, I think if I'm remembering this correctly, like older Joe, like I like something along his journey or some shit. Like I think like what he figures out who's like the mastermind behind all the the criminal organization. And I think at like one point he like starts to like I don't know like 1v1ing the entire like mob by himself. Like you basically see him like transition age, and as he progress along, like he's basically just like starting gang wars with himself. I mean by himself.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I remembered like that part of the scene, and I was like, okay, I think this guy's a pretty big badass of a of a hitman, of a gunman, or some kind of shit. So I'm like, yeah, that's my supporting role on who's the better hitman kind of thing. I just think Bruce Willis, the character, the older Joe, is more badass.
Here's
Is
the
that is
thing though,
that
with
is
the
that why
old.
we decide? Is that why we decide to do older because it's more badass
I
than
mean, that
Yes,
time I
younger?
haven't watched Looper yet, so.
I
I
remembered
haven't.
him being more badass. That's why.
Calvin
See,
just watched that, right?
I just watched it here. Older Joe is more badass for sure. He took down like the whole when I don't know, he kicks into like this room of guys. He just starts shooting, killing
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
kind of thing.
He took down
Well,
the
the
criminal
younger Joe,
organization.
most of what he does is just stand in one place and shoot his blunderbuss.
Yeah, see, he's just camping.
I
Pretty much.
here. What's it called? Since Calvin have most recently watched it, does older Joe have more screen time than younger Joe?
Not
I
really, I
think
think.
the I think
Estimate wise.
I think the younger one has quite a bit
More
more
screen time?
screen time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, but older
Because
Joe
they
is
they kind
more.
of do the focus the whole thing with the what's his name, the Emily Blunt's character and Sid, I
Oh
think the
my god,
child.
I forget
Yeah.
she's in that
Yes.
film. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't like older Joe
Yeah.
technically like the main villain of the antagonist of the whole film? I
He's
think if I'm
the
remembering.
one that's chasing to kill the rain, chasing Gordon. No, he's not chasing Gordon Levitt's character. He's chasing
Chasing
the Rainmaker,
yeah,
right? He's killing
Drainmaker.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he is kind of the
Yeah.
of the antagonist, I guess. Yeah. I think older Joe is more badass though. Yeah,
Mm.
than younger Joe.
Fair.
Uh wait, by the way, from for Mr. Bluebolt here, he's asking, that's not Tom Hanks' character, is that? No, it's not. It's
No,
the
it's Jude
dude
Law.
that take picture. Yeah, that takes
Because
pictures.
Tom Hanks is a gangster enforcer,
Mm-hmm.
and the Harlan Maguire Jude Law's character, he's an assassin that takes pictures of the people that he kill and publicize
Yeah.
it. So weird
Yep.
fetish that he has right there. So yeah.
Yeah.
I can go if Calvin's still gathering his thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, you go first, Bert.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched Looper again. I could have just rewatched it instead of watching Assassin's Creed, but I haven't watched Assassin's Creed, so I had to feel like I had to watch it. But yeah, I remember liking it a lot. So my memory of it is really spotty. But I do remember liking it a lot, and I do remember that there is a very cursed image of um, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but not fully Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Bruce Willis, but not fully Bruce Willis. So it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt with a Bruce Willis prosthetic, and it looks weird as hell.
Oh yeah,
It's like in the middle phase. It's
yeah.
like
It was
it's
in
a
the middle
weird.
phase. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. But yeah, so it's a good character, it's a good film, that definitely. But my memory is not that great in it. Road to Perdition, I rewatched it more recently. I do like the film a lot. Harlan Maguire is not the best character in the film. He has some very interesting characteristics, obviously, because of his how he kills. He's kind of like he's smart as well, and he's like sort of has a violent tendency with the photos and everything too. So he's good. And also when he got there is a scene where a bunch of glass shards like go into his face because it explode near his face, and so he has like shards on it. It looks badass with his appearance. If we're judging drip, definitely he has more drip than older Joe because of the shards.
You only see
but
that at like the end, right?
at the end.
When he got injured. Yeah.
At the end. But yeah, as like on a character standpoint and performance level, I gotta give it to Joe. So
I mean, I agree. Like,
yeah, we'll
all
go
right.
with Joe. Joe Sweet.
I mean, older Joe is just a lot more badass. He
Badass,
doesn't really try to do the stealthy stuff with the adults. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, yeah, he's just badass, I guess. And Looper I think, is a better movie than Road to Perdition. That's what I think.
Yeah.
All right. Also, I think like the Harlan Maguire character, he doesn't show up too much either. I feel like. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not too much. He's a side character. So,
side
yeah.
character basically. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll go with Looper as well. So older Joe, I think.
Fair.
Yeah. All right. Now moving on to the final round of this. We have from the Hitman movies, Agent 47 versus Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction. Alright, we don't have to discuss about which one's the better movie, because definitely Pulp Fiction is the better movie here.
Really close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you combine both Hitman movies, it's not even half of what Pulp Fiction is ratings wise.
Yeah. So what are we arguing, Kelvin?
And right now we're just basically arguing the characters at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Vincent Vega, definitely, in my opinion, the last good. Well, I don't even know if it's the last good than Jules. They're both pretty interesting on their own right. But Vincent Vega at least have personality.
Yep. Vincent Vega got a personality, a fun one at that as well. I think.
Agent 47 is like sort of brainwash of personality, dude. It's like sort of that's like his whole thing. It's like
He doesn't
I'm good at killing, cannot express my emotion. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how he does his like introduction to, like, in a class or something. I'm good at killing, and I can't express myself.
And I can't express myself.
I mean, he pretty much does like one face throughout the Agent 47 movie thing. Yeah.
Agent 47 is like, all right, so why are you qualified for this role as a hitman? Well, I once hit a man, didn't feel anything.
He did a man.
He did not
He
feel
hit a
anything.
man. He hit a man and I didn't feel anything.
Wow.
Wait. In what ways
Professionalism.
you hit the man? Like hit on the man, like, hey boy, or like.
He's like both. He does it both. First he hit on them, and then he hit them. So like,
And then
Hey,
he hit
boy!
them and then he hit them from behind. No.
Whoa, no.
No. No.
Why are you talking about Hitman as like
Oh, he hit him from the
secretly-
back of the head like a karate chop.
Cause
About.
from the why we talk about hitmen and their behinds because the word ass appears in Assassin twice. So
There
we
you
did talk
go.
about ass twice, I guess, so far, so that checks out.
so yeah.
Just give Pulp Fiction to win. Even though in a real fight, like Vincent will definitely lose.
In the
But
real
we're
fight,
not
they would
ranking
lose.
that. Well, we're not ranking that.
We are not putting them against each other, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like
it doesn't
Vincent
matter,
Vega is
right?
just a better character. Like Albert said, he got the personality. He can dance. He did die though. I'm sorry, Rick.
He can
he did?
dance. That is
No, I want to see his death scene then.
His death scene's pretty funny.
It's really good because it's really
It's really
I don't
good.
want to spoil it, but
Yeah.
thing
I'm
that
spoiling
happens, like,
myself.
No, you gotta watch it. Dude.
Oh no,
It's gonna
no.
be it's
I'm
gonna be good. But
watching
yeah,
it right
I
now.
mean,
Vincent
this one's
Vega
easy.
adds.
Vincent Vega wins it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
him move.
All
Yeah.
right. So
Oh,
easy.
Even if you're taking Agent 47 from the game, Vincent Vega still wins. Yeah.
All
All right.
right. So
Now to the what is it? Well, what's after
uh,
this? Quarterfinals, right?
quarter. Yes, quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. All right.
All right, Kelvin. I just updated the banners. Go bring up the very first one.
All right. On the first round of the quarterfinals, we have Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction versus Jason Bourne
Did I put
from
two verses?
Bourne
My bad.
Identity. Yeah. I almost about read that as Bourne Identify.
Born identify. What is he identifying?
Himself.
Wait, what?
I don't know anymore, man.
Yeah, that completely makes sense, Cal. All right. Anyway, Jules Winfield versus Jason Bourne. Ariq, as someone who haven't seen Pulp Fiction, do you want to start?
Well, nobody ever said Jesus Christ. It's Samuel L. Jackson, but they should.
Are you
Hey,
sure? Are you sure no one has
But
said
Jules
that?
Winfield quotes the Bible.
Oh wait, he
Whoa,
did.
that is
Yeah, he
true.
did. He did.
Yeah.
I forgot which part it was, but like he did it
The
before.
path to a righteous man.
Yeah, path to a righteous man.
Yeah. Ezekiel 25
Yeah,
something. I think.
Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
He did quote
I
the
remember
Bible.
watching that. I did watch. I remember watching that scene. Yeah. Yeah. Never mind. Jules Winfield, straight from the Bible, or the man who referenced. I don't even know.
But here's the thing though. Jason Bourne, like we said before, Jesus Christ is Jason Bourne. So
Jesus Christ.
Jules Winfield is quoting Jason
Okay,
Bourne.
here's the thing. He is not quoting. Okay, this argument is not gonna hold up because with that argument, that means Jason Bourne's gonna win all the way. Because no one puts any of this hitman in the same sentence as Jesus Christ. So this argument is not valid. It's not fair.
It's a joke
If-
argument, Albert.
Well, okay, fair. If it's a joke argument, that's fair. But if you're using it as a real argument, it's unfair because no one have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Jason Bourne dies, he'll come back in 3 days.
What the fuck?
He got a second life. That's unfair. But alright. I do think Jules Winfield is better. I don't know. I haven't watched much Jason Bourne, but Jules Winfield is definitely a better character to me. Yeah. He just got so much badassery, and like the way he talks, it's just fun. We've all seen the memes.
Yeah. I'm watching the whole. Apparently, the whole Ezekiel thing. That's all where the memes are. What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That whole scene is
Speak
that whole
English is
scene.
what- It's a,
You know,
it's a whole meme.
that's where all
So
the memes
it's
are.
so well written. That whole scene is very. Even there's a
Yeah.
whole scene where they're talking about quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like
yeah.
an iconic scene. It's like it's a great character development and everything. Also, Samuel Stein in the chat have a very valid point. Jules only appeared in one film, has way more iconic than Jason Bourne. That appears in 4
Yeah,
films, which I
that's
agree
true.
with that. Despite Jason Bourne always uttered in the same sentence as Jesus Christ, I think Jason Bourne gets overshadowed by Jesus in that statement. So Jules
did.
Winfield is more
So Jules-
iconic in that sense. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm giving it to Jules.
so
for
Jules,
sure.
Jules,
Give it to
Jules advanced.
Yeah.
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 All right,
He-
Jules.
We're only
Winfield
making fun. We only
advanced.
like Jason Bourne because of the Jesus Christ. He's not even the one who said it. It's like some random dude who said
It,
it.
and it doesn't appear until like the third film, I believe. So they didn't say
Yeah.
until the third film.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Now Jason Bourne is a cool character. Again, he's a cool character. He can probably in a hand-to-hand fight, he
I
would
think in a
win.
direct fight, yeah, he
I
would
think
probably
skill
win.
wise, Jason
In
Bourne is
a-
better.
In a debate, Jules Winfield would win. So yeah, sometimes you gotta be smart with your words, and sometimes words can kill. So there you go.
I guess.
I
All right,
guess.
I guess, yeah. All right.
Mm.
Jules Winfield win this one. Oh,
Yeah.
Jules win.
Bulls
Field.
win.
Jules win. See, there you
Bulls
go.
win. Indeed.
How did I not see that? All right, next one. On the quarterfinals, we have John Wick versus Leon the Professional.
Professional.
Leon.
Professional.
Yes, yes, yep. Um, I don't
I've
know.
already voted on John Wick. I don't have
Yeah,
to
I
vote.
know. I
To
know.
be
I've
honest.
voted on John Wick already. How about Albert?
This
Albert likes
is
some wholesome stuff, right? From
this
Leon.
is tough because I think Leon is the better character, but John Wick is John Wick. Dude,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
John Wick is John Wick, so
John Wick is John Wick. Yeah.
He's the Baba Yaga. And
like
I
as a
feel like
hitman, John Wick is definitely more skilled and better
100%, not
at
even
it.
close.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's put it as I don't know, but is Ariq in Leon? No, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, let's put it in this scenario. Okay, let's try, and I don't know if this makes sense. If we put John Wick in the Leon film, do you think he would be able to? Do you think he would do the stuff that Leon did? I think it fits his character. I think he would.
Actually,
He would.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
would like take
fits,
care
yeah.
of Natalie Portman's character and do that. If Leon is put in the John Wick films, I think he would get killed in the first 20
I
seconds.
think he would get killed.
I think he will die in the house.
Right. So
in that house scene, I
yeah.
think he's dead already.
So I don't know if that's a valid argument with that logic. You have to go with John Wick because John Wick, that means his character is strong enough to survive either scenario, and Leon's character doesn't.
Okay,
How about
arguably
movie
here, like
wise?
Huh?
wise.
What was Ariq saying just now?
I was gonna say, like, in terms of like John Wick's character, like the reason why I think he's somewhat well written, even though most people probably say he isn't that good of a character because all he says is "yeah." That's it. That's all he does.
Is
That's
that
all
all
he
he
says.
says?
Mostly, that's like 90% of his dialogue.
Like
But-
he kills the guy.
That is true.
Yeah.
I
Okay, not
think-
like that, Kelvin. He's not coming.
It's not like that. Okay.
Ariq is right. Ariq is right because if I'm not wrong, the first 3 lines in the film of John Wick 4 is him saying "yeah" at different point of the film. I
Yeah,
think it
I
was
like-
like people talking to him and it's like "yeah,"
Yeah.
and then it cuts, and then a lot of different characters, a lot of different fights, and then they talk to John Wick, and then John Wick's like "yeah." It's like,
Like,
the
yeah,
first
that's the
2
thing, right? But the reason why I say he's like well written, even though all he says is that, is because like they've made a world around him where criminal
Around the
like
yeah.
about the around the that what is it, like criminal masterminds and like like gang leaders, they all like feared him, they all know what he is,
Yeah.
and all that. I don't know what other films they make where the protagonist is actually the one that's feared rather than the antagonist is.
Um,
Albert's
yeah.
thinking he's probably seen a lot of
Albert-
films.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of films, so there's probably one.
I mean, even then, it's like John Wick is the most iconic one, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess he's just more iconic
Yeah.
than like Leon. People know Leon Professional, but John Wick is John Wick. So
I'll admit, like Leon does have a cool drip, but his suit is not bulletproof. Sadly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I gotta give the vote to John Wick here. Also, I cannot think of this situation where you mentioned of like the main character is like the most
The main
feared,
character is
like
like
yeah.
feared.
like feared actually, like Jason Bourne, I guess, sort of technically, because the government sort of scared of him because of his ability to do stuff. But yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the only one.
he's
But being feared by criminal like leaders seem a bit more.
seems more badass.
Yeah, seems more badass.
Yeah, so I gotta go with
Yeah.
John Wick in this one.
John
so-
Wick, John Wick, yeah. John Wick. I'm sorry, Leon.
All
Your
right,
glass
so
lives on.
John Wick advances in this one. All right.
Okay, next up we have Anton Chigurh versus Vincent from Collateral. La, 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 la.
The battle of the haircuts.
Frosted Tips versus Bob. I don't know, is that a Bob haircut from Anton Chigurh?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it is because it's sort of long too, right? It goes to the back of his head too. It's not. It's not just like literally a Rock Lee hairstyle. So yeah, it's weird. I don't even know
What
what it is.
is Anton Sugar hairstyle?
I'm pretty sure this is a
It's
bomb
called it's called a page boy haircut.
A page
what?
boy?
Page
Yeah, a
boy?
page boy haircut, according to Google. Yeah,
Huh.
Okay.
All right.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Very cool.
my vote is on Colonel Sanders.
which one is Colonel Sanders?
Colonel Sanders,
Vincent, of
Vincent.
course. It's Vincent. Maybe
No,
he's
I
not
can
the
see it.
colonel yet. It's more like, I don't know, a major. Maybe even Captain Sanders.
Private.
Private Sanders.
Sanders.
Private Sanders. Yes, and he's not up in the ranks yet. He doesn't have the
Oh, no.
mustache.
Oh my god.
Private Sanders. Actually, I
Uh,
don't even. I don't even know. I guess Anton is a lot more fearsome as a character.
I like Anton. I like Anton Sugar character a lot more than Vincent. That's for sure.
The fact that Anton have that haircut and still strikes fear in the in people is like saying something, right?
He's saying something.
Yeah.
I mean both are great performance by Javier Bardem and by Tom Cruise in this one. But I mean, I guess this is unfair because Tom Cruise doesn't have a last name. But when you say Anton Chigurh, most people know who it is. It's like, oh, is that the
Mhm.
guy from
It's-
Gun for Old Man? And if you say, oh, Vincent, it's like
Vincent-
which Vincent?
Vincent.
Again, it's unfair because it's one
Vincent,
name.
my friend over there.
But yeah, I think Anton Chigurh is more iconic, so I gotta vote for that
Yeah.
like, better character. And he also, again, his weapon of choice is a air pistol or whatever it's called.
I mean, it's that's not all he used, Albert. At one point he used a shotgun. He killed
Did
a
he
guy
really?
with a handcuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But his
no,
weapon,
That's not
but his
all
weapon,
he
but his
used.
weapon of choice is
Anything
Is that
around
pressurized?
he
Oh, is
used
that what
that
his- is
air.
that- is
He
that
used
his
that air pressure
bolt-
thing like
bolt
once,
pistol.
Albert.
Captain Bolt pistol. Is it only
that his-
once, really?
Not like he killed one dude with it. He hijacks a car with it. Okay, maybe he killed two dudes with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
still more
that's
than
not all
Vincent.
he used.
Okay.
That's-
I don't
is that his
remember,
sh-
but
is that his shtick? It's just using anything around him as a weapon to kill people.
Basically, if there's nothing around him, probably use his hands.
it's like John
That's
Wick.
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
He's resourceful, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta
I'll give it
go.
to
I gotta
Anton.
go. I gotta go with Anton.
Anton sounds
definitely,
cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Anton Chigurh wins it, and he advances.
Okay, and then let's see next round, final round of the quarterfinals. Older Joe from Looper versus the other Vincent, Vincent Vega.
The other Vince. We're not gonna get a Vincent versus Vincent.
Yeah, no.
Sadly. Well, with that out of the loop, you might as well just.
I see what you did there.
Are you proud of that one, Rick? Are you proud of that one?
No, I thought of it on the spot and I'm not proud of it. Yeah, but since we can't have a Vincent versus Vincent anyways.
Yeah.
And to be honest, older Joe is much more badass though. I saw how Vincent died, by the way. It was kind of funny. Wait, older Joe did kill Vincent. Shit. Wait. He did.
Oh right, yeah, Bruce.
Oh,
Willis.
God.
Oh no!
Oh my god, that is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Older Joe did kill Vincent.
It all connects, guys.
Wait, he did. The toaster came up and he's like, just.
Yeah, it was fresh of him taking a shit, right?
Yeah. I think.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
also,
all connected.
it's even weirder considering the fact that older Joe is a time traveler and Pulp Fiction is told in a non-narrative storyline, so it seems like
Yeah.
the time is jumping around. Oh shit.
Oh.
It
Well,
all connects.
I'm sorry, but it ends one way. It just makes sense.
Vincent Vega is a more charming guy, that's for sure. I think, but older
yeah.
Joe is badass.
It was badass. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if we consider feats, yeah, I'm not sure about the films. I mean, Looper has,
I like
high
Pulp
ratings
Fiction
as well.
more, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Film-wise,
would
I
guess
like Pulp Fiction more. Yeah, but
overall.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
fair
thank you.
logic. Vincent Vega just got defeated by Joe, so it makes sense, even though it's a different
Yeah.
character. But it's a fair,
Bruce-
valid argument.
Bruce Willis did kill.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, Yeah, I think older Joe is a better character. Also, the fact that Vincent Vega, a professional hitman, got caught off guard. Well, I guess he was taking a shit, so your guard is down. Like no one
Yeah.
have their guards up while they're taking a shit, so that is fair on him. But he got killed around that time, so you know. But yeah, I gotta go with Joe for this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any counter arguments, Kelv? No, or you're with us?
No.
Even in Pulp Fiction, he was killed by older Joe. There's no counter.
I mean, I feel like if you die, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing about like oh no good hitman.
All right,
Right.
so we're
Alright,
down
yeah,
to the
older
final
Joe
four then.
advances. Yeah. Oh, both Vincent loses in the quarterfinals.
Both Vincent loses.
In a different multiverse, we would have a Vincent off, but not in this one.
Oh, Vincent off.
Vince off.
Oh, Vince
Okay.
off.
Alright, now going to the semis.
Final four.
The final four here. We have the first matchup: Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction versus John Wick from John Wick.
Yes. Mm,
Jules Winfield got win in his name though, so
I know, but John Wick's film. But John Wick got his entire film in his name, so
No, there you go.
not the
Yeah,
film,
but
the
it's
whole
not-
series.
but it's not win.
Well, it's Wick.
He's one letter off.
It's Wick.
I think this is gonna be one of the toughest
Which
This is
matchup
tough, actually.
yeah, I mean,
because both movies are Pulp Fiction and the whole John Wick series are great, and both characters are freaking amazing.
okay. So let's sort of like break it down. Which one is the better movie?
All right,
Well, I can't.
Well, Pulp Fiction, probably,
Okay.
right?
it kind of falls into the same argument like what Samuel Stein says.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Jules Winfield has only one movie, and John Wick has 4,
Yeah.
And he's more.
and
Jules
Jules
more
is
iconic.
more iconic.
Well, I
Who's
mean, I guess-
who's more badass?
Here's the thing, like more badass when they're fighting is definitely John Wick.
Definitely John Wick,
But-
yeah. But
In I don't know, just talking, the way they talk, Jules Winfield.
It is very funny because Jules Winfield is really good with their words, and then John Wick is like, yeah. So-
yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally the opposite. It's just like
Yeah,
one's
the
not,
opposite of each other.
one's a man of action and the other is well, man
Man
of
of
words, I guess, because
words.
he's very charismatic, right? The way the things he says
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which one do you prefer? Do you want action? Do you want action to?
I
Do
don't
you want the
know.
actions or do you want words? Do you want
I
a big Kahuna burger or I don't know what John eats.
For someone who hasn't watched the movie, Ariq definitely knows a lot.
all of it is in that one scene, Kelvin.
It's a pop culture
it's
thing.
all
It's
in-
literally
Pop
yeah.
culture,
pop
yeah.
culture is iconic. So,
Yeah.
It's all of that is in one scene.
Um,
I don't even know which one is the. I'm legitimately. I don't know which one is the better character.
yeah,
John Wick isn't like he's not 100%.
They're both- I feel like
very
they're both-
in depth. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean they're both pretty iconic on like a fame level, like on a pop culture level. I think
both of them.
I
are
mean, like
iconic.
Jules was probably like very iconic for
In
the
the
generation
90s.
at the
Yeah.
time, and now John Wick is very popular for the generation of this time.
right.
Yeah.
Depends on the age group you're asking, really, who's more famous.
That's true.
Yeah, you literally put equals here. It's hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
One's more
if there's-
badass in words and stuff. One's more badass in like action. They both have the same drip. Well, except John Wick's drip is bulletproof.
Just Winfield got an afro though.
Yeah, no, but he's cool. Yeah, he's cooler on like the head part.
On the head part
On the head part.
and the wallet part.
Does he have cool
Yeah.
wallet? I didn't see.
Yeah, he has the bat mother effer wallet.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
doesn't he wear like a super casual clothing at the end of the film because his clothes he has to get washed because it was blood
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over
yeah,
it.
he did,
And
and
he
he still
pulled
looks cool.
He pulled it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John Wick, his ability to kill everything is like his badassery.
Oh,
his,
mine's
his,
too
his,
biased.
his way with words. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Say yeah again. I dare you. I double
Yeah.
dare you.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm back. That's all. That's the most dialogue he's ever said, I think.
Uh, well, Ariq going with John Wick because of that.
John
Kelvin,
Wick can speak Indonesian. Indo Pride. He did in the
Did
third
he
one.
actually?
that is true.
He said
Yeah,
he
he
said
says
three,
it.
he said terima
But
kasih, I think, or something, or
didn't he
sampai no
say more
sampai
than
jumpa.
he
He,
said?
no, he said
He said
sampai
more than that.
sampai jumpa. He said sampai jumpa to the
Okay, if
two
he only
assassins.
say like thank you, like terima kasih, I wasn't
no.
impressed because that's like yeah, everyone
No,
does
he
that.
said farewell. Sampai
But
jumpa. He said that.
farewell, sampai jumpa. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
This stuff. You know what? I want to put the pressure on Albert here because I do like
Okay.
Pulp Fiction a lot. Yeah, I'll go with Jules Winfield.
But you're worried. But you're not sure.
I'm like at 60-40 on 60 on
It's a
Jules right now.
60-40. Because
Yeah.
Kelvin did mention he wasn't 100% sold on John Wick at first.
Yeah,
Was it
true.
at first or something? Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what?
60% on Jules.
I'm going to play the John Wick 4 card by saying I'm gonna put his character development in this film, but before going into it too much, there is a certain line in this film that is core to his character that I think helped him in the edge for this one. Ariq, I don't know if Ariq even knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I don't know.
But John Wick wants to be remembered for one thing.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
For once he left the table, once he left, the reason why he wants to leave the what's it called? He wants to leave the community of hitmans, wants to find a way out, wants to get excommunicado. What's the opposite of excommunicado? Wants to get anti-excommunicado.
Yeah,
Incommunicado, yeah, whatever.
Incommunicado,
He have a certain motivation, and I think that motivation is
It's a-
solid. And
that's
with
true,
his
yeah.
with his badassery, despite Jules Winfield's iconic lines and his look and everything, I have to give it to John Wick. Because I think when I think Hitman, the first thing that comes to my movie Hitman, the first thing that comes to mind is John Wick. So I gotta give it to John Wick.
All right. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either. Both great characters, both iconic characters, and both iconic movies as well. Yeah.
Honestly, these two should have
name
been
is
the
JW.
finals.
Probably this is the real finals.
Probably,
or the
yeah.
other one?
These
So
two
we're-
are supposed to be the finals.
All right,
let's
yeah.
move on.
So yeah, I guess John Wick takes the cake on this one. Yeah. So let's move on, I guess. So that's the next one in the semis here. Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men versus Older Joe from Looper.
So a guy with bad hair
This
versus
one's
a guy with no hair.
a page boy haircut or just
No
balding?
hair. Just no haircut.
I'm gonna go with Anton Chigurh again. Like Older Joe is a great character, but is he iconic? No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
no, he's not iconic. It's
He's
just
not
Bruce
iconic.
Willis. It's just Bruce
Yeah.
Willis.
He's Bruce Willis. Anton Chigurh? That's a name that puts fear.
Oh, it's Anton. Oh,
Anton.
I can
No.
see the outline of his hair.
Maybe that's how people recognize him, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go with Anton Chigurh as well, just for the iconic level of it. I think Older Joe is a good character,
Yeah.
but Anton Chigurh, just like on a look standpoint, and it's similar.
He's somewhat charismatic. Charismatic.
Charismatic.
Charis.
Let him try. Let him continue.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Let him cook. Let him
Let him
cook.
cook. Let him cook.
Charismatic.
Yeah,
Anton
Ooh,
Chigurh is
shots
somewhat
fired.
charismatic as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you saying Joe's not charismatic?
No.
He's just bald.
Are you saying bald people cannot be charismatic? Ariq? Is that what
Oh
you're
yeah.
saying?
Oh, actually, wait. Joe also died in the film. He killed himself.
Didn't Anton Chigurh also die, or did he not?
I don't
He did
remember.
not. He
Oh, did he
walks
not?
away. He walks away after asking for clothes from a little kids.
That's kind of
What?
sus. I'd rather he not. I'd rather he not. I'd rather he
Wait,
not walk away.
wait, what? I don't remember. I don't remember this.
I think he got hit by a truck or something. He fell down. He broke his arm. He tell the kid like he pays like, hey, give me your shirt. Here's some money. And then he's like, oh okay. The kids takes off his shirt and then he uses it like a sling. You know. And then Trigger uses it like a sling, and he just
Oh, okay. I
walks
don't
to the
remember.
sunset.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt kills himself, therefore killing Bruce Willis. So add the trigger words. Huh?
I think I'm gonna. I think Anton Trigger for sure for me.
Yeah, Anton
Yeah,
Trigger.
and then trigger wins. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So
All right. So
Anton
that's an
Trigger
easy one. Anton
makes it to
Trigger.
the finals.
Yep. Now to the. Are you editing the banner or am I editing the banner?
I can do it. I can do it.
Okay.
So
All right. So yeah, I guess the final now. Finals. It will be John Wick from John Wick versus Anton Chigurh from No Country for Old Men.
I don't know, man. Anton Chigurh looks like somebody tried to draw John Wick from memory. So.
interesting take.
Is this really a good finale? I think the real finale was what
Juice
is it?
Winfield versus John
Yeah,
Wick, you
Juice
think?
Winfield, yeah. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah. So do we
Yeah,
are we all thinking John Wick wins this one?
I'm sorry, but like this
I'm in
Anton
agreement
Chigurh's
with
not even.
Naruto the man. Like I think Anton is a better character, but John Wick is more iconic.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, that's fairly enough, I
Especially with
guess.
this era. Yeah, yeah. It's literally in the name of the series is called John Wick.
Mm.
Yeah. And he's the main character, Anton Chigurh is.
You know you're
So
successful if you have a Fortnite skin, right? I don't think Anton Chigurh has a Fortnite skin.
I
Does
don't
he
think
not?
anyone wants
We need to
use.
fact check that.
We need to fact check this.
I don't think anyone want the haircut to be on their Fortnite character.
Oh, wait, but think about it, Kelvin. Imagine if you kill someone with that haircut.
Oh, that's an ultimate.
The
like,
enemy should be
disrespect.
so embarrassed. Yes, this is a big disrespect. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Anton
Yeah.
Chigurh is on it Fortnite.
Oh,
Just check.
somebody search. Did you search Anton Chigurh Fortnite?
Yeah, no, it's not there.
So is that the tiebreaker because you don't have a Fortnite skin?
Yeah,
John
no
Wick?
Fortnite skin.
I don't know why. Like I remember Kelvin said this is nothing to do with Fortnite. Kelvin said like if you have your own flavor, like you're considered like famous because he was talking about how Oreos is a own flavored ice cream or some shit like that. But this is kind of like the
I remember that.
equivalent.
We were talking about
Yeah.
Oreos that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of it,
Yeah.
does that mean Blackpink is extremely famous since they have their own flavor of Oreos? You know what? This is going
I know,
off
I heard
topic
it's
again.
bad.
Blackpink is famous.
It was okay. I tried it.
Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, yeah, you
Friend
know
told
what?
me it's bad.
John Wick have bulletproof vests, and then she gonna have to borrow clothes from kids. So
That's true.
Not
That's
borrow,
true.
paid for it.
Paid.
paid for it.
Yeah.
Paid for it.
John Wick gets it for free. So you know.
Oh no, he still pays for it in the second
Does he?
one.
Does he
but-
really? Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but he paid it in like gold coins, so it's kind of kind of badass. It's like trading in like
It's like
tickets.
it's like a pirate, you know. Like I
Yeah.
got some
Arr,
shinies.
I got some shiny coins.
Also, like, if we legit put them in a 1v1 fight, John Wick will
John Wick.
demolish
John Wick
Anton.
wins for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Because Anton is not the type that kind of goes buck wild, I guess. Well, he
He's
doesn't
wild.
go in. I don't know. He doesn't go into a
He's
club and start shooting
calculated.
people.
He's
He's
calculated.
calculated. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's efficient. John Wick
Yeah.
isn't because someone is dead, he still shoots them like 4 times to make sure. Like,
I mean,
might as well.
that's military
gotta-
I have
training.
bullets to spare. Might as well
You got
try
a
and hit him
quadruple
again.
tap, you know, just to be extra sure.
So yeah, John Wick for the win.
John Wick, I think. John Wick for
Yeah.
the win for this one.
So yeah,
Yeah.
John Wick for the win for that bracket. So
Alright.
there you go.
It's not the
Honestly-
most what's it name? Surprising outcome.
Honestly, without the fourth film, I think John Wick could have lose to Jules.
That's
Without
true.
the fourth,
I
without
haven't
the
watched the
fourth
fourth one.
film,
Yeah.
yeah, no, the fourth film really added a bit more depth into it. Yeah,
Yeah,
otherwise
that
Jules would have actually won.
I
Oh, maybe.
have to agree with that. Yeah. Um. So yeah, let me
Yeah,
bring up
as
the.
Fred, yeah, as Fred says, yeah. Also after John Wick 4, yeah, gotta go with John because I think without John Wick 4, he might actually lose.
All right.
So yeah, just as a recap here, yeah, Jules Winfield all the way made it to the quarterfinals, lost to John Wick. Actually, semifinals lost to John Wick. John Wick defeating Wesley and Leon on the way to defeat Jules Winfield and eventually winning all the way. Anton Chigurh defeating Arthur Bishop and Vincent, but lost to John Wick and Older Joe defeating Harlan Maguire, Vincent Vega,
Helen.
but lost to Anton Chigurh. So yeah, that is the bracket right there.
There we go.
Are we happy with this outcome?
We happy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just say it like
Yeah.
John Wick does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We happy.
It only makes sense, and I feel like I don't know how much of a bias it comes in with recency, but I feel like it makes sense that in honor of John Wick John Wick wins because he is, again, if you think of movie Hitman, is John
That's
Wick
true.
not the first one that comes to mind right now? At least,
As
Right
of
now,
now,
yeah,
yeah, pretty
John
much,
Wick.
yeah.
Yeah.
As of now,
John
yeah.
Wick is first thing.
right?
Yeah. All right.
So
Not
yeah,
a surprising outcome that John Wick wins, but hey, he's great. I guess. Yeah. All right.
I wish Agent 47 won. It's actually not. The movie was too shit.
All right. So I guess we should. That's the end of this Hitman and Assassins bracket.
Mhm.
Tourney. I guess so.
yeah,
I guess let's just plug it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's
Alright.
just saying yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I hope you're saying it in the actual like grouchy voice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ariq, why don't you go ahead and plug?
Yeah. I mean, shit. You can find me on Ariq Andria on Instagram and Letterboxd at Ricky Doo. Yeah.
Alright.
There you go.
You guys can find the missing boy Teguh on Instagram at not
TG.
at TG23399 and
Yeah.
on Twitter at Tegidu, even though he doesn't use it. But does he insist to put Twitter on the on his plug?
He just needs more than one, plug.
Doesn't want to feel left out.
He didn't plug his Steam.
Yeah, but then he
Uh,
changed it to Twitter.
Yeah, you just
Oh,
need
yeah.
Twitter 'cause
Yeah.
it's a social media, I guess.
Yeah, he doesn't have Letterboxd. We tried to convince him, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah. And you guys can find me, Kelvin, on Instagram at KYH27 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube, Albert.
Yeah, you can find me wherever: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Letterboxd is JA Wiradharma is JAWIRADHARMA. So follow me everywhere there. You can follow the Councilmen once again wherever you listen to podcasts. It's the Councilmen on the YouTube channel. The Councilmen YouTube channel. Again, we go live every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification, leave the like if you're watching it live. And yeah, also available on audio feed. Subscribe to the Councilman audio feed wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you want to leave us a review or send us an email, you can do that on either the obviously a podcast feed that you're doing on, or you can send us an email at councilmanshow@gmail.com and at Councilman Show wherever on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. You can send us tweets, whatever over there as well. So yeah.
I forgot to change that ticker. All right. Yeah, I guess someone Stein was asking what bracket would there be for next week. Honestly, we haven't planned,
TBD.
and it's not March, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
What
really
is-
plan ahead. All right.
We did plan for March specifically because of the March Madness thing.
Yeah,
but
because that one was an easy. It was like, oh, March Madness brackets.
yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I think someone was mentioning it earlier in the chat. How's your March Madness bracket doing, Albert? Did you lose?
The first matchup that happened, I automatically lost. I lost my first. The first two match that got played, I picked the wrong winner, and that one of the winner I happened to put all the way to like the final 8. So I'm automatically gone. Purdue got wrecked in the first game, and I have Purdue winning it all. So Purdue automatically destroyed my bracket. So yeah, I haven't even caught up. I haven't follow up again. But 2 of my final 4s got eliminated like within the first 2 days. So yeah, I'm like gone. And I have no experience. I don't follow college basketball, so a lot of these are just like random
Guesses,
I
I
don't,
guess.
random guesses of like, okay, I don't like this. I don't like the state of Nebraska, so Nebraska lose. or like, oh, the mascot is a peacock, and this mascot is a cow. I don't think there's a cow mascot, but like peacock is cooler, so I'm gonna go with peacock. So I just judge it based on the mascot. Or like, oh, this NBA player used to go to this college, so this college is probably good, even though the NBA player is not there anymore. I'm gonna go with this college. So like, it's like all random thought process. So yeah,
Alright,
and,
yeah.
and it didn't work out very well.
not at
Did
all.
not,
No.
did not. And with that disappointment of a bracket from Albert, the councilman has spoken. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.